Alright, I'm recording.
Oh,
We
Lord.
actually,
Over there.
hey man, you can host.
Actually,
You got the floor, dude.
Do what?
It's all up to you. Hey man, we believe in you.
What are we doing?
You're hosting, dude. First
What?
time, hey man.
No.
Woo! Congratulations, hey
The hell I am.
man.
The hell I
Mr.
am.
Podcaster over here, dude. He's over there doing other podcasts. I'm so proud of him.
I'm sorry. I'm too busy at a Brock party right now.
Oh,
Brock party. Oh, good God.
was that on purpose that he was facing the speakers the wrong way?
I don't know.
Yes, he
It's
was.
just Brock being Brock.
And then he changed it later on at night. I need to look up. So,
people over there.
actually, oh shoot, I didn't message Omega.
Oh no. Where are we supposed to get our?
He's
match
online, so he'll
opinions?
probably respond really quickly.
Yeah, but I mean, last few times
What?
he said he didn't want to do it. So,
But he said, that thing in chat. You know what I'm talking about.
the thing.
He messaged us all on Xbox. Remember? Hey, this is like on Saturday.
Oh, I deleted that. I was gonna deal with that.
Nice.
What was it? I didn't even see what it was.
Da 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 da.
Yeah, it was literally the Hulk's music.
Oh, he wanted to host. Omega wanted to
course.
host, but he wanted to host in the Hulkster voice, and I'm like, I don't know,
Oh my
Omega.
God.
Oh my
That's
god.
a lot of effort. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot of Hulkster happening.
Let's see what he messaged me with. Oh, he actually messaged me pretty quickly this time. Hopefully he has something. We'll see. He doesn't even watch Raw and SmackDown. That's why I was like, I don't think you can do it too.
I mean, I watched highlights of both shows
Same.
because it was so garbage.
I watched it. I took the last 4 hours out of my time to watch it.
Yeah. See, I was upset that I was wasting 4 or 5 hours watching these live. Now I'm upset that I'm wasting 30 minutes to an hour watching the highlights.
At least you know. At least you're not still watching it live.
There was a couple good matches in SmackDown I watched.
I think each show had one good match. If I remember correctly. Actually, never mind. Oh, he's not even here. There we go. Bye, Payback. Someone will reinvite him. You can.
Bump. Bump.
Actually, SmackDown didn't have anything good.
No, there wasn't anything besides
No,
the stupid
not at all.
24/7 stuff. The match between
Which-
Kofi and Kevin Owens kicked off the show, and that was the only thing that really mattered.
That was alright, but I was like, I really don't want to watch this again after we saw it in the pay-per-view.
And then you had
Yeah,
Heavy
it's-
Machine and do their wiggling, and then okay, bye, Payback.
WWE, where we give you rematches of pay-per-view matches over and over and over.
Alistair did another promo.
Omega just told me he had a. I told him, can we call you for a report? He's like, I don't know, I have explosive diarrhea. I don't know. I don't know. He just want to not do it.
You should have asked him, can he do it while he has explosive diarrhea?
I want to tell Mike on stream, like, can you tell Mega to stop being a baby and do the out? Oh, never mind. It's like I have to charge my phone now.
Can somebody invite Payback back to the party?
Uh, Alright, I'm on it. I'm on it. Set.
I might go watch Godzilla.
Did you guys hear? Did you guys hear the rumors that Joey Ryan was gonna be hired by WWE NXT?
That was the last person I thought was gonna invite me.
I heard that. I guess he doesn't trust Ant-Man that much.
No, it's because
Nobody
I
does.
invited Ant-Man to a party earlier, so he can invite me to this party earlier, and then he didn't seem to get the invite or something.
I don't think so. I don't recall that. Oh my god, I have not checked my phone at all.
Okay, he said
My
yes.
phone has just been blown.
Who said yes?
My phone's
Omega.
been
Omega.
I don't know if you heard me, Payback, but I messaged Omega saying, can we call you for the report? And he's like, I don't know, I have explosive diarrhea. And I was like, what?
Oh.
And he said, I'll have to charge my phone now. I'm like, okay, is that a yes for the report? He's like, yes. I mean, okay, yes, bitch. That's what he ended it with. Thanks.
Oh wow, they give this Matt Riddle Johnny Gargano match like 20 minutes.
You gonna disconnect again, Payback, or are you good?
Don't know, that's up to the computer.
Oh, you scared me because you weren't excited. um... I think we're good. We're good. So who's hosting?
Flip a coin,
You
Kevin.
guys sound really like you really want to host. Keep it down, you guys. One at a time. I know you guys are crazy about it. Don't go crazy.
I vote for Kevin.
What'd you say?
I second the vote for Kevin.
I don't want to host. I hate hosting. I hate hosting.
Why do you hate hosting?
Because I'm not good at it.
Nobody's good at it.
Dude, these two guys, Payback and Takeover, are the best at it. I feel like I can listen to them all day. They have dreamy
That's
voices.
true. That's very true. You have a point. But the only way you get better, Kevin, is if you keep doing it.
I hosted last week.
So you're saying, Amen, you want to host it then?
No.
I vote
Sounds like
we
good points
do
for
what
you.
we did originally, which is Kevin does all the overarching stuff, basically just the intro and the ending. And of course segueing into the next segment. And I guess I'll do Raw and SmackDown, Tay will do NXT, and then we'll whatever else.
But the Raw and SmackDown is quick, so...
I don't know what you want me to do there. I have no idea what you want me to do there.
Shoot.
See, what I was gonna say was just like whoever's hosting Raw and SmackDown was just because I know y'all send each other like the rundown, right?
Oh, like the layout
Yeah.
of the... Yeah.
Yes. So, like whoever's hosting, just read that and just literally just pick what you want to talk about. Because there's like
Man,
so much
Ant-Man.
on both shows that are just
I
worthless.
feel like Amen should host it
That,
now. Look
yeah.
at him, dude.
Hey, I give the ideas. I don't execute them.
You
That's
intro
what my
Payback.
little
I'll do the
job
Raw
description
SmackDown. I
is.
think I know. I think I know how to cut it down. I know how to
Sounds
cut it
good.
down. I know how to
Okay.
cut it down. Yeah.
Just make sure you mentioned how the SmackDown ended up.
How to end it up?
No, how the show ended, rather.
Oh. Come on.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the only
you'll get
important part.
you'll get me hot and bothered with that.
I'll mention it, and then you can say what you want to say about it. Because this report has a one sentence on what happened at the end. So.
Woo! Golden State getting whipped.
All right. It's ready. I'm recording too. I've been recording.
We are not your kind. We are not your kind.
I mean, the music's fine. It's just them in the ring. So dumb. Like, these guys came out. Did they come back from a barbecue? What's going on? Why are they all in the ring together?
Everybody's just in the ring. Just everyone in the ring for a barbecue.
I mean, might as well everyone should hold hands. They sing Kumbaya, dude.
Come on.
I'll make a man out of you.
You make a man.
Make a man out of me.
Let's not tell
Where's
our
that?
wives.
Why?
I kind of forgot about that.
Oh, that's my favorite bit ever.
That's how the song goes.
I'll make a man out of you.
You should ask Nick at RTX to sing that song and somebody record it. They can make it as a ringtone.
But you're going to RTX too. How come you can't tell them yourself?
You do it, Kevin. They know you more.
They know you. They're like, oh, Ant-Man, look at him in chat.
They
I
always
love
say
him.
Ant-Man 0208.
Yeah.
Except for Nick just gets like all the fucking numbers wrong. Like every fucking time. He'll be like, 079. I'm like, what the hell? That's not even nowhere close.
At least he called you out. I don't think Nick's ever called me out.
Yeah.
I think it's always like Tim and Greg.
Sure he has.
Yeah.
No, he has before. I
Oh.
remember I remember specifically like that you had like some Instagram
Yeah, it was the
photos
picture I took
that
of him.
That he liked.
Yeah, I was at from
Yeah.
the comedy show at RTX. That's what it was.
See, so he likes you more.
Well, I had to call him out on it. Because he didn't credit me, and he used it as a thumbnail. And I was like, wait, that's my picture. What the fuck? He did
Just
actually
get Mike to do it.
He did credit me, though. It's just he put the wrong name. Alright, let's be quiet. We gotta let Payback do the intro. If he's still there.
Oh, am I doing that? I wasn't even know I was doing that.
You said yeah to it.
What? I volunteered you for it.
I was like,
He did. He
I was-
did volunteer you for it.
I did, but I was like, alright, you know what, Payback, you do the intro so I can do the rundown for Raw SmackDown, because I know how to do it.
Or you could do both.
I don't want to do both.
Twitter.
Welcome, everyone, to the Botched podcast, because you guys don't want to start it up. Welcome to the podcast. This is the podcast where we, us friends, chat about wrestling, you know. I'm one of your hosts, Kevin Asex, and to the bottom, or to the right of me, or to the left of you, we got Takeover, 61.
Baby.
I didn't know he was there or not.
What's happening, my dudes?
I got scared. I was like, is Takeover there? He hasn't said anything for a while.
I was finishing some homework, some required reading.
Oh, client reading. I didn't know he had that. All right.
No, it's AKA watch the shows that we talk about.
Oh, okay. And on top of him, to his left, my right, or your bottom left, we got Killer Payback.
I got
Oh,
a
I
heavy
found the
breather.
document.
Find a document? Oh.
Yeah.
Goddamn, who cares? Get out of here, I'll kick
It's
you
like
out.
all the way up in the chat, though.
I'll kick you out right
What?
now. And then,
We botched it.
we botched it. and his on top of him, my right, and his left. Hey man, 0205.
Is he on the left of me or
05.
the top of me?
I prefer to be on top of all of you.
He's on top.
Good lord.
I
God,
like-
God,
I like to
have our
ride.
souls.
I like to ride shotgun. You know what I'm saying?
Shoddy. Going to the
Shoddy
Brock.
200.
Are we going to the Brock party? Am I riding
let's
Shoddy
go.
to the Brock?
Brock party. Like I said before, this is the Botched Fitness podcast each and every week. Something's every week. You know, we miss a week that one time. I forgot why, but yeah, we miss a week. 4, 5, 6, maybe 10.
Because the shows sucked.
I
The
know,
shows sucked.
I know. We'll talk about that later. 4, 5, 6, 10 friends, wrestling fans, gather around this Xbox Live party to talk about,
4, 5, 6, 10.
we might get a lot. You never
Jesus.
know. We talk about wrestling, Sadly, we talk about WWE a lot, which that might change. And,
Oh, it will.
it will. If you like us, which I hope you guys do like us, if you're listening right now, follow us on YouTube at bit.ly/botchfinishyt. And also follow us on our Twitter at twitter.com/botchfinish. No ED at the end of botch. And I always botch that Twitter because I keep forgetting to tweet out every time we put a new episode. And
We are so good at this.
we're getting there, dude. We got 11 podcasts, dude. 11 episodes. We're still fresh.
We're still just an infant.
Yeah, come on. You think Kind of Funny got it the first try?
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
Shit, come on.
Yes.
Guys. Help me out here. Also follow us on Twitch when we might do a watch along for Takeover at twitch.tv/botchfinish. We'll see what happens. See if everyone's feeling like it. And
Sure as hell won't be for blood money.
oh, is this? No, it's next week, right?
Like next Friday.
Next Friday is Blood Money.
It's like in the morning, right? It's like 10 in the morning.
Yeah,
West Coast.
it's like
Yeah.
10, like noon for me.
Yeah, I'm not watching that. I'll be at work. I'll have an excuse not to watch it.
What are you talking about, Kevin? You don't want to watch Goldberg and Undertaker or go against each other in walkers?
I don't want to see two old farts fighting each other, dude. Throwing like fake punches that we can
Dude.
tell they're not that good. They'll be throwing Shane McMahon punches.
You're just gonna see. They're just gonna be
So they're
spearing
throwing
and choke
stiff
slamming
punches?
everybody.
They'll be doing all that. Sorry, I had to take a drink. God, this could be
He's gonna take a drink.
it might be a long show. Everyone listening right now, or it might be a short show. We'll see. But let's talk about. We're not gonna go. We usually do the rigmarole where we go in depth about Raw and SmackDown, but like every other week. But this week, we're changing it up a little bit because, god damn, it was so bad. It was so boring, and that we're just not gonna even talk about it that much. We're talking about one or two things about it, and that's about it. So.
Yeah, there's only in these shows. Honestly, I think there's only one or two things that are noteworthy.
At least one good match in each show, at least. I mean, I guess SmackDown had an okay match.
Yeah. So I mean, what blew my mind, like if you're listening and are kind of like confused as to why we're gonna be changing up like the way we do it, here's a little hint. Raw this week had count 'em, 4 wrestling matches on a 3-hour show. Just 4.
That's
Is it one?
that's ridiculous. There wasn't a match in the whole first hour.
Yes, it took
Yeah.
45 minutes for the first match to start.
And we're
And
not
that was the
we're not counting Shane McMahon and Lance Anoa'i because that was not a match.
that was
like,
the first match.
Yeah, that don't count as a match because that was like a minute. That was nothing.
Yes. Because we had to watch Dolph
So
Ziggler
dumb.
and Xavier Woods for some non-angle in a story fight for 20 minutes.
They're not an angle.
Not in
In
an actual
a
match.
in a
just
SmackDown storyline.
Yeah, I
of
say
all
a
things. With a
SmackDown-
SmackDown storyline on
SmackDown
Raw.
storyline, yeah,
So stupid.
SmackDown storyline on Raw, which I know you're gonna say, "Oh, wild card, wild card."
Wild
Who gives a
card.
shit about
Wild
that? Who
card.
gives a shit about that?
Ain't nobody knows what the wild card is anymore because they don't announce it when they come.
They just show up.
They just show up.
And they always go
Anyways,
past the
they-
limit.
Let's just
Actually, they didn't this week at all.
Still doesn't help it.
still doesn't help it. I just don't care.
So that was Raw and SmackDown.
Well, I mean, Payback. You have a little bit of the rundown for both shows, right?
Yeah.
Or do you want to just pull some things that you think are noteworthy out of there, or things that we all probably think are like, oh yeah, this was good, or whatever?
There was a great match between Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins.
Yes.
Raw.
My gripe about it is when the Fatal 4-Way happened and it was Baron Corbin that ended up winning that one, which we'll probably get
So
to that one here in a minute.
So dumb.
I would have preferred to have saw this match. Like if you were gonna watch the Saudi pay-per-view, I wanted that to be the Universal title match. Because I think if you were just gonna throw shit storyline matches at the wall.
Oh, we lost him.
We lost him.
I agree completely, yeah, man.
Rest in peace, Sandman. We love you.
R.I.P. But no, if like what he was saying, I can probably gather what he's gonna say. If you just throw non-story like line matches all up into the pay-per-view, right? Like you might as well just like make it a fatal 4-way or whatever, and just like put as many people out there, or make it like a multi-person match and like make it not care. But no, you just have Baron Corbin with no build against Seth Rollins for the Universal title. Okay, cool. And it's Baron freaking Corbin. You should have like. And they brought freaking Drew McIntyre in to the stupid Shane McMahon and Roman Reigns angle, so they took him out of the title picture, which I think is so stupid because I think McIntyre is the best heel that they have on Raw. And like, you just straight up squander that opportunity to have him against Seth Rollins. I think that would have been the better choice, but
You put him with Shane.
I'm not Vince.
Yeah.
I'm not Vince.
I don't want to be Vince.
Eh,
There's Ant-Man.
He's
my
back.
controller died. Sorry.
I want to be Vince.
I mean, a billionaire, yeah, I get that, but you don't want to be.
I don't want to have the mind
Okay,
of Vince, though. I don't know what goes
What
through
else?
his
That's
head.
fair.
Jeez.
Is there anything else in Raw? I mean, Ricochet and Cesaro
Ricochet and
was my
Cesaro.
favorite.
I don't. Yeah, no,
I
you
get
guys.
that I get that. Yeah, go. Don't go, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you can go.
I know that it's the same match over. Gosh, I hate you. I know that that's the same match over. I get that it's like the same thing. We've seen it 2 or 3 weeks in a row. But like, I thought they did more in this match than they have in the past ones, and like they keep innovating. Ricochet, they did a crazy destroyer. That was cool.
Yeah.
I just
don't
thought there
know
was really
where-
good spats, but
Yeah, I don't know where I cut off because when my controller died, I was just rambling. But I was rambling about that match. 'Cause
the Ricochet
I could-
Cesaro match.
Yes, yeah, they have so much good chemistry that it's just so entertaining to watch. And like that's one of the nitpick things I'll give the WWE is they'll give us the same match over and over. But if it's two guys that have really really good chemistry and could just up the notch after match, that's when I don't mind it. Like I can watch those guys fight over and over.
Yeah, I just wish that they would build a good storyline to go with it. Besides the fact of Cesaro's just being a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, there's really like no rhyme or reason to have these matches. But I mean, if you're just gonna turn on the TV and just be like, okay, I didn't catch anything of what they said, but the match just started. Cool.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think honestly those are the two noteworthy things besides frickin' the
All right,
block
let me
party.
go with my rant because I had a rant from the beginning, and I
All right.
goddamn hate what the fuck they did in Raw. God damn it. They know. I'm pretty sure they knew AEW had a pay per view, and I'm pretty sure knew people really liked it. And now after that pay per view, I was like, maybe in Raw. I'm excited for Raw now because I think they gotta try to do better than what they did in the pay per view. Like maybe have a mini pay per view for Raw. And I fucking watched Raw, and I watched 10 minutes. No talking. 20 minutes go by, talking. 30 minutes, talking. I was like, after 30 minutes, I was like, okay, maybe we're gonna get a match now. Nope. 10 more minutes. Still talking. 15 minutes. We got a fucking match with Shane McMahon and stupid Roman Reigns' cousin.
Lance Noe.
Yeah, I was like, oh, come on. You gotta be fucking kidding me, dude. It's just not even a match. You have Shane McMahon he's okay. He's not the best wrestler. He's not even a wrestler. I don't think I'll call him a wrestler.
I would even call him okay.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he does crazy stuff, but
The dude is a spot monkey. That's like the definition of a spot monkey. Like that's all he does is spots.
He's
That's
like-
all he's good for.
how old is he? Like
That's what all
50
he's
now?
known for.
40? He's in the 40s now? God damn. He's finding Roman Reigns' cousin. And then they give him a little comeback to Roman Reigns' cousin, to Lance, for some reason, which was surprising. I was like, why is he getting a comeback? But
Because he's been working in the PC, man.
that makes sense. That doesn't. I don't give a shit.
He's freaking Roman's cousin.
And they fucking So after fucking 45 minutes, we get
They
that
gotta
match.
they gotta go. The Samoan families just gotta get freaking.
Isn't that Samu-san?
I don't know.
Isn't it Samu-san from the Head Shrinkers?
Yeah, so there's Sika and his brother that were a tag team together.
Anyways,
Sika is
let me go.
Sika is Roman's dad, and then the next guy is the other guy's
I
dad.
don't give a
So
shit.
keep going, Kevin.
I don't
Keep
give a
going.
shit.
I know you don't give a shit. Keep going.
And this fucking stupid
Keep it
ass
going,
match.
Kevin.
And I was like, God damn, an hour goes by and nothing. Shit. It's like, oh, come on, dude. And I got 2 more hours of this. So then they have Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross. And then the Iconics. I was like, this is going to be fucking the worst match. And it was a worst match. It was a bad match. I did not like it. I don't know.
I wouldn't say it was worse.
I guess it's not worse, but it's still not good. It's not even
It's not
okay.
bad.
I wouldn't call it okay. I did not. I don't know who likes Iconics. I'm sorry, but I do not like them as a tag team. I don't give a shit that they were a fucking tag team from the beginning. I don't think they should have the belts. God damn it. Oh my god.
Man, you're about to go on a Sasha rant right now. She's got to lie on the floor.
It's just, oh my god, why did they give the tag team belts to them? They haven't done shit with them. They lost every fucking match except for the first
Okay.
match. They had a squash match. I'm like, oh, come on. The
So
belts are worthless.
to be fair, against them or not against them, is it their fault that they're being booked that way?
Not even a little.
It's not their fault. When they actually have something going, they are really good because they're really good as a heel team. When you
They're
give
good-
them
they're
something
great
to
on the mic.
freaking do, yes.
They're great. They're great on the mic. But I told Kevin, honestly, I understand what you're saying. I literally, it said, I just looked up online. It said it took us 52 minutes to get to our first match.
Yeah.
52 minutes, and it was Shane freaking McMahon against freaking Lance Noe or
I
whatever.
wouldn't even call it the match, though, too.
And I'm like, there just was no substance to the show at all. Like, the matches they had, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Nikki Cross, and Becky Lynch versus the Iconics, Ricochet, and Cesaro,
Cesaro.
and what's the next one?
Fatal 4-way.
I think it was
we
that
had-
one. Oh, the
Bobby,
Fatal
you
Four
know,
Way.
you had the Fatal 4-Way. Like, that's 4 matches. You can't count Lance and Noe's match. So 4 matches. 3 hours of television.
Oh shit.
And like they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing
Yeah. Which,
to like
it,
battle back against what Double or Nothing put on, which was great wrestling matches that told good stories in ring.
yeah. Yeah, it's funny because you thought after watching Double or Nothing that Raw didn't have a choice. They had to come out guns blazing. They had to put on a good clinic of 3 hours to counter that. But I think because everybody in that front office just gives zero shits about AEW, which to an extent they shouldn't, but they should at least recognize that, oh, okay, this startup is not the pissant, quote Triple H, company that we thought they were going to be. Like, if we are going to take them a bit serious, we should at least, even if it's just for 1 week, show them what we got and, like, show them how good
You know
of a
what they
show
showed them?
on any given week that we can do. And it looked like they gave zero shits.
You know what they
I
showed
mean,
them?
obviously.
They showed Sami Zayn sitting in an electric chair.
Dude, I'm not even done with my rant, but I'll get to that. Let me get to that.
Sami Zayn
Hold on.
was in a freaking electric chair.
Hold on, let me get to that because I'm not even done with my rant. You guys cut me off midway. I got a lot more about this shit show. Holy, yeah. Let me go back to it. I'm not hating on Iconics. I'm not like saying like. I don't want to say they're like the worst people ever. I just don't like them. In my opinion, I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't like their booking. I have the same griefs as you. I just point it towards the booking more than them.
I wouldn't even think. I don't think they should have had the championship in the first place.
The only reason they got them is because they're like one of the only legitimate female tag teams.
Yeah,
they're like the only
and
ones that they had. So they wanted to reward that because they were like ahead of the curve. But like honestly, it needs to be Kairi Sane and Asuka that pull this off as the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah.
That's what it needs to be turned to because they can actually work in the ring. And like, sure, Paige is just a mouthpiece or whatever for them, but yeah, I don't know.
I know you guys say that they're a true tag team. I mean, why give them the belts for that long? Why have the reign pass Sasha Banks and Bayley's reign when Bayley and Sasha were actually pretty good at what they were doing? They were going all over the place, Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Even though they didn't do much in NXT, they just appeared. But it was nice that we got like, oh, maybe we'll get a match over there. But with Iconics, I know we're never gonna get a match with Iconics and NXT with the tag team championships. I doubt they'll be going to UK or anything like that. And I'm surprised. I don't think they even come to Raw. I don't remember the last time they came to Raw. I always see them on SmackDown. I mean, I see them backstage on Raw, but that's about it.
They've had a few matches where it's just singles, either Peyton Royce or Billie Kay on Raw, and then on the next day it's the other one against the other,
I don't
person.
get why they do that too. Why are they doing single matches? Should they be doing a tag team match? If the winner of the single match doesn't lead to a match?
Kevin, they don't care about tag team wrestling.
They just don't care in general.
They just don't care about tag team wrestling. Like it's evident in what they had the freaking Usos do this week. And the Revival, have them in the back at a freaking Usos block party where EC3 looks like he literally wants to blow his head off.
Dude, I felt so bad for EC3. God damn it.
And all he gets to do is run around. All he gets to do is run around in Tuesday nights and on Monday nights and try to schoolboy pin R-Truth. Like,
I don't even think
what?
he does that.
Like, literally the 24/7. Okay, I'm done.
I'll get to it. Ricochet and Cesaro, that was a good match. I like that match. I had fun with that one.
Yeah.
That was about it. But then, okay, this is what I'm gonna spoil. We're not doing the game because I'm just pissed right now. So they have the Fatal 4-Way, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a nap. I'm not even gonna watch this match. I don't care of any of these 4 in this match because I know who's gonna win.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be fucking Baron Corbin because Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley have a match at fucking Super Showdown. so they're not gonna be put in the
That's
match.
such
Even though-
bad booking.
Even though they said,
Such
"Oh,
bad match
if one of them win, they will do double duty and have 2 matches at the show." And I'm like, "They're not gonna do
that's
that.
so stupid.
They're not gonna do that."
Bull frickin' shit. Oh my god.
Yeah, because once they announced that
As soon
AJ
as
was
I
gonna be
saw-
in it, I was like, "Oh, it's all shit.
Yeah.
It's all shit." And I knew Barton. I mean,
Is there a backstage reason why AJ wasn't in it? Like, is he legit like nursing an injury?
I don't
or-
know.
Yeah, he
he,
is. He has an injury. He has a back injury.
Okay.
It's not bad, but
I think he legitimately. Well, last year he had a broken back while he was, or he had like a slip disc or something while he was WWE champion,
Yeah.
yeah, he has.
Like, my God.
and like battled through all that.
Can that man have time off? I mean, Jesus Christ.
He's a fucking fantastic worker. I love him so much. One of the best.
Yes, I love AJ to death,
He's fun.
and I admire him continuing to work. But I mean, good Lord, man.
So,
Can you
All right.
give the dude a break for like 2 weeks?
so you guys, did you guys watch the Fatal 4-Way? Any of you guys?
I did.
I watched
the
highlights.
highlights of it.
I want to know this. Because I heard this might have happened. Did Braun Strowman just chase off Bobby Lashley during the match and not come back?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that happened in the middle of
Yes.
the match. Bobby Lashley
Yes.
and Strowman
But, yeah, no, I was
ran
about
out
to say,
into the
no.
crowd.
Yep. Not a joke. Legit.
Dude, what are you doing, Braun? You have a chance to win the Universal Championship or have a match for the Universal Championship, and
Yeah.
you go fucking run off Bobby Lashley and not be in the match at all.
Is it me or like
The writing!
every time they book Braun into like having a championship opportunity, and like they have like their reasons not to give it to him, but they write it off on TV. The way they write off on TV is like him costing himself the opportunity. That's like the
Always.
third time that he's
I
done that.
think, yeah.
Always. The
I'm like-
Monster in the Bank, when he was the Money in the Bank winner, everybody thought he was going to go over against Brock, and then he didn't. And then, like,
The
all this
Royal
other
Rumble
crap.
one
The
with
Royal
Brock-
Rumble
with
stuff.
Brock.
Oh, yeah.
There was another one too. I can't remember. There was another one where he had a championship opportunity. They were gonna give him time off, I think, but the way that they wrote him out was just dumb. I think he did something. I think I like.
Is that the one where
they
he
said
hurt
that-
his elbow?
Yeah, it was something like he wasn't like he couldn't touch Baron Corbin or something, and I think he did it anyways. It was something like that. I can't remember.
So dumb. Okay, I'm done with that. Fatal 4-Way sucked. And of all people that would have won it, I would have much rather had The Miz win it than freaking Baron Corbin.
Or do what I don't. I said this earlier too, but my controller died. I don't know if y'all caught it. I said because the Killer Payback mentioned that the Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins match was good. My argument on it was, I wanted to watch that match. If I was gonna watch the Saudi pay-per-view, I wanted that match. And you could have
Sami
just
Zayn
had Baron
Seth
versus
Rollins.
right. You should have had Sammy in the Fatal 4-Way and have Sammy win it. Especially if you were gonna do that.
No, but
If you were gonna do
Ant-Man.
that stupid angle where Braun just like chased Lashley out of there, that's an easy way for Sammy to take the victory, like
Yeah,
because
but
he does it
Sammy
in a
won't
heelish
go-
way.
Sammy won't go for blood money.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
Yeah, I
the reason that he
remember that.
doesn't go. Like that's why he's not in the match because he doesn't want to go to Saudi for the blood money.
Yeah, that's why
Him and
Owens-
Kevin Owens
Yeah,
both.
that's why they have physique left,
Yeah.
right? But let me continue my rant.
Oh,
Guys.
God.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
guys.
rant,
Sorry,
rant,
guys.
Kevin.
Firefly Funhouse. That was alright. That was alright. I just want to see Bray Wyatt
Yeah.
come out. And that's
It
what
was repetitive,
I
but it
wanna
was all right.
I wanna
By the way, it's not because of Sammy being not for the blood money. It was something to do with his race.
Oh, because he's fucking.
Oh yeah, like the reason.
Yeah, that's what it was. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that him. I think people were saying that when that first
Well,
show
it's
came
not.
up.
Yeah, I mean he's just a different nationality than what they would allow in there. Yeah.
But yeah, Firefly Funhouse.
Either way,
It's alright.
you shouldn't go to that thing.
That electric chair, fucking interview with Sami Zayn and Corey Graves. Holy fucking
Okay,
shit.
question. Okay, question. Were the questions that the fans like? Were those legit?
Those were
fans,
plants.
or-
No, no, no,
Those
no.
were plants.
Those were plants.
No. Those were legit fans. They were pre-screening the questions.
What?
Pre-screened the questions.
Uh,
Yeah,
Okay, okay, but they did the pre question thing.
Yeah, they checked the question out first before they were able to ask it. Because
Oh,
I know
Can you imagine?
I saw reports about
Can you
it.
imagine if they had like 4 questions and they went to like 4 middle-aged guys that looked like super fans and just let them ask whatever the fuck they wanted?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they went around and asked people what question they would ask. And then if they didn't ask the question they would
And
ask,
then
I'm pretty sure they would get in trouble. So, pretty sure that's how they got around
Oh,
it.
I
And
would've.
freaking Sammy Gaines goes, you should have asked me about if I'm a tender lover, which I am. And like I'm a great kisser and all this stupid stuff. And he goes, hell, you could even ask me about AEW. And then everybody in the crowd goes, AEW, AEW, AEW.
That was a cheap.
But like,
That was a cheap.
so stupid. It's such a stupid
Cheap
pop.
buzz. Yeah, cheap pop. That's what it was. You know, that's what Vince told him to say. So,
Which that's dumb because hey, here's a way to get like, especially if it's like, here's a way to get a cheap pop out of
yeah.
them. Mention my competition.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me though. But after what we'll talk about later about what what Moxley was saying about
Ooh,
in his interview,
Oh,
cheap
wait.
pops aren't below Vince, are not below Vince.
Yeah.
So
We'll get to that. Let me get
Or
to this.
or cheap heat.
yeah,
Let me get
yeah.
to the last match.
You'll be hot. Oh yeah, you'll be hot.
Let me do this last match. I'll get to the last match. So they have Seth Rollins has a match with Sami Zayn, and I'm surprised you guys really liked it because I thought it was alright. I mean, I liked the beginning of it, but one thing that bothered me was when Seth Rollins hurt his leg or what was his knee, and he's working. He's like,
He's
selling the lead.
pulls that in so many matches.
hold on, hold on.
Does he need to have surgery on that knee again?
let me
Because
finish.
like it's always the same knee.
So he's selling the knee, this and that, and I was like, oh, Brock's gonna come out. He's gonna come out. He's gonna do something about it. He's selling the knee. He wins the match. And he's still selling the knee, and he's kind of stopped selling the knee for a bit, and he's holding this belt up, and I was like, so is Brock not gonna come out? Is he not gonna do anything? And then they end the show like
Nope,
that.
They're just gonna end the show.
And I was like, what the fuck was the point of the knee thing? Nothing was gonna happen about it. Nothing came from it. What
It's
the
such a
fuck?
stupid storytelling bit.
I
They
was
do
like-
that a lot. Like if you legit pay attention, especially in main event matches, if you legit pay attention to their matches, it doesn't even matter who. Most of the time, it's an injury, I guess, production of the match. Somebody has to get injured, and then they keep it going with the selling of it.
But we had a reason to believe that Brock was gonna come out because he said at the beginning
Yeah,
that he's gonna
yeah.
cash in or something like that, and we seen him backstage watching or whatever, and then nothing happens.
I guess his mind was blown away by barely realizing, after being in the company for like 15 years, that there's a 1 year
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
on the contract. Apparently, the entire time he was there, he did not know that.
Apparently, he didn't. I guess he didn't remember Seth cashing out on him on WrestleMania.
And apparently, he thought that Seth Rollins won the Money in the Bank that WrestleMania night and cashed it in.
Yeah. So
So stupid.
that was wrong. God damn.
Yeah.
See, I love
That
this
was raw.
rundown. We should just have rundowns for now on. Just be Kevin ranting through the whole thing.
I mean, sometimes it's all right, but I mean, I don't know why they didn't think to do something great after Double or Nothing, and then they just gave us this shit show.
But wait,
Nothing.
Kevin, it gets better. Now we roll into Tuesday Night SmackDown.
I'm like, oh, Tuesdays, the saving grace, 2 hours. How can it get any worse? Oh yeah. Also for Raw, we had that R-Truth running around. That's for Payback. I know he wants me to talk more about it in SmackDown, but we'll get to that. Because SmackDown he had more to do with SmackDown. But SmackDown. SmackDown. You let
I don't
us down.
remember a thing about SmackDown.
SmackDown, you let us down. You
SmackDown let us down.
had a shot to do something a bit better, but nope. I can only recall one good
Yep.
match, and it was an alright
Um,
match, and that was the Owens and Kofi match.
Yes, Owens and Kofi was It was pretty good. I thought it was weird that they did a promo before the match and then they did the fucking video package. Which I mean, why am I watching a video package of a feud that's been going on for a month straight? Why do I need a video package before that? Why?
Not only that.
That makes zero sense.
Not only that. I'm like, I also thought, isn't this feud over?
Yeah, that's another. I guess that's another thing.
I mean,
too,
if
like they don't want you to be like, hey, we know that Dolph is just lingering around every now and then, but just in case you forgot, 2 weeks ago, just in case you have a bad memory of 2 weeks ago.
Just in case you're not watching the product, which
Yeah.
I would advise people not to watch the product anymore. But if just in case you're a diehard, and because that's the only people watching SmackDown these days are the diehard people that are trying to weed through all the freaking garbage. Because as soon as freaking Jesse James isn't writing anymore and isn't head of creative, man, this show has just gone off the freaking rails. There's no AJ as a staple. They've ran out of people to like go against Kofi. You would think that they would have great people, coming up and just like, nope, it's just going to be Kevin Owens and then Dolph Ziggler is going to come back and cut this weird and awkward promo.
He starts crying.
He starts.
As I say that, like he literally goes through like 5 different emotions when he does those promos.
And it's like I just don't get it.
I don't know. I thought I was promos.
And so
right.
yeah, let's. I mean, his promo is all right. I get that. I get the sentiment and like that.
Yeah.
So it's like you open up the show and Kevin Owens walks out, all this jazz. They like. Isn't there a video package of Kevin Owens?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what Aaron was saying.
That happens.
Yes.
Is that the one that you were talking about? Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
yes,
the one that
yes.
was.
They run that
So
while Kevin
dumb.
Owens is coming out to the ring,
So
and then on
dumb.
top of that, they do it. They have Kofi come out, and they both cut a promo, like about a good 5 minutes, I'd say, before the match
Yeah.
starts.
But didn't they also show footage of? Oh yeah, they did. The show opens up and they recap last week's assault of Dolph on Kofi.
Oh, no.
So it's like let's just run.
Remember, they showed the same promo video on Raw. So I was like, why did they show the same one again?
Yeah. So dumb.
And it was weird too. Why would they show this on Raw? If he's only
God,
there for
what a
Brock.
what a fucking mess of production. Oh, I thought we were bad on as far as like getting a podcast together. No, I think WWE's worse.
Oh my god, dude, because I work a lot.
And so you have this like decent. So you have this decent match between Kofi and KO. Like I thought it was great. Like, or not great, but like just good, Like they hit a frog splash, it's 2, then Kofi Kingston like gets a senton or gets this, swanton bomb, and then all this kind of stuff, and then out of nowhere, Kofi Kingston gets his Trouble in Paradise, which is starting to look like it's starting to be like a throw him off the ropes type of move rather than just like a run.
Yeah, which
like
to me
seeing that?
it looks awkward every time he does it. Like it just doesn't look good.
I like to
when
him out of nowhere.
they bounce because well they do that because of the camera angle. Like they do the camera angle to where it looks like it comes out of nowhere. But just like when as soon as they bounce off the ropes, his foot's already in the air, like towards their face. So even when it hits impact, like there's nowhere for you to like go. Like the only place you can go is just flat face down or just like kind of do a twirl. And it just like I've seen him do it like 2 or 3 times, and every time it just
can't
looks
really
awkward.
sell it. You can't really sell it very well. Yeah. So then that happens, and like, okay. Are you guys okay with me going on a rant about SmackDown?
Oh, go right ahead.
Because
I enjoy this 10 times better than what we were doing.
unless Payback really had anything that he wanted to say about this
About what?
SmackDown. Is there anything on SmackDown that you just want to talk about, that you just want to like get off your chest? Because this is the day that we're getting all of our crap off our chest about WWE.
We're job boxing.
We talked about going quick about all this, and we're not really going quick. But we'll get there. We got other shit to talk about. We really like, but yeah.
This is the pipe bomb episode.
So I Did I ever mention that I hate Roman Reigns?
I think we all hate Roman Reigns.
I mean, we're not all big fans of Roman.
Because him doing the fucking stereotypical, oh, pin him, I'll drag you over here, you can do it for you, type shit is so fucking stupid. I hate it.
Yeah, to me, it's like I thought his booking and the way that they were, making his character was bad before he announced that he had cancer, and then he was gone for a while, came back. Now it feels like it's worse. I don't know why.
That's what I was
It
thinking
just
too.
feels worse.
I don't it's anything.
Yeah,
So I was like,
feels...
I feel bad for it, but I'm like, you know what? I know. I'm happy he's back. I'm happy he's cancer free.
Right.
But what the fuck, dude?
But the booking and the way his character's being built up just seems worse. It seems like the John Cena build just on steroids now. Like they're just accelerating the son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Well,
that
people-
and he's not
well,
putting the main
he's-
title scene, so that's the only thing that's different.
Like, people are actually cheering him because of like the positive thing about like overcoming cancer and all that, which is great. But like they're not doing a good job of taking advantage of that and building him properly and doing good things with him. So like, yeah, Roman Reigns is still doing Roman Reigns things. But like, what the hell is this feud with him and Shane McMahon? It makes no sense. Stop it. Stop trying to pull off this like authority versus him, and he's like this lone wolf that's like the Stone Cold Steve Austin that's gonna come in and stun everybody, which isn't the case. All he does is go ooh ah, and he's gonna freaking
How does he go
spear
again?
people.
Can you do that again?
You just
Ooh-ah.
just an ooh ah, just a straight up ooh ah, and I don't even care
Yeah,
about
it's
the
the-
storyline. It's
it's
in
the
the main
story.
event, and I don't even care.
Yeah. And they mix them together. It's a Stone Cold storyline, but with a John Cena production. Like, cause you're not even building him like Stone Cold, where he's just laying people out left and right, and it's just doing like this against the grain kind of attitude. It's whenever he is fighting, it's the John Cena super Cena thing. So his promos are not like Stone Cold, but has that. I don't even know. I guess they're writing it like it. It definitely doesn't feel like it, but they're writing
just
writing him to
overproduced.
be like that. Yeah, they're writing him to be like that, but in the ring, he's not like that. He's the Super Cena thing. So it looks like they're putting them both together, which is just fucking awful.
Before you go on your rant, anything else, Payback?
First off, why did they make R-Truth pin Drake Maverick?
I don't know.
It was his first
The-
title defense.
There's no point
Yeah,
in
but
doing
he's a
that.
champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's the champion, so like you have to be pinned, right?
Also,
Yeah,
what
he
happened
doesn't
to
have to defend anything.
what happened to the whole the third hour Raw? They have to defend it.
Well, no, because like when the hardcore title was around, the only time if you were the hardcore champion, the only time you were pinning somebody was when it was an actual ding ding ding
Match.
The match is going on, like the actual match.
Yeah.
Well, most of the time you weren't doing that. So I don't understand. Yeah, I didn't get that either.
I wonder. I can't remember what Mick Foley said. I remember him saying every third hour of Raw they have to defend that at 24/7.
It's gonna suck more.
Oh, I mean, he should have just said that, but he said that 24/7 champion has to be defended every third hour Raw. So
Well,
we did,
no,
we
it's
did-
on SmackDown. It didn't do it. It was on the second hour
I
of
was about to say.
SmackDown.
I was getting there
Was
because I was
it
saying
defended?
I was saying
Monday?
I didn't see him on Monday. We saw him on Monday, but he didn't defend it. Like,
Well, he just ran around
Yeah.
backstage.
Yeah,
and
and like it
doing
wasn't
jack
like
shit.
legit defended in the third hour.
I thought that meant he was gonna have a match at the third hour, like a legit match, but nothing like that happened. So I was like, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what they're doing.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck?
I mean, the rumor, I don't know if you heard about the rumor and innuendo that was talking about how, like, it was the USA Network that pitched it
Yeah.
to them
It
to
was-
make the ratings go up and all that stuff. And Vince was
Yeah, I
like,
said this-
"Oh,
It was
I
multiple
hate this
things.
idea." Is that what you said? Is
Multiple-
that what you said, Killer Payback, last week?
Yeah, or whenever I was introduced.
Yeah. So stupid. All right.
Yeah, it was the
All right.
champion or other
I'm gonna go on.
options.
I'm gonna go on my rant.
Go for it.
Freaking SmackDown. Like of all shows, you had the opportunity in the past 2 years we have said, all of us that watch WWE have said that freaking SmackDown has become the A show,
We're the
right?
chosen one.
Like SmackDown was the one that was going right, that had the right, that had the right frame of mind, that had like the good direction. They had AJ Styles, they had all these like great feuds that were happening. We had some great stuff with like Daniel Bryan and The Miz, and like, yeah, like that was stupid when it was there and they kind of fumbled the ball on that, but like we still had it, and like all this cool stuff was happening, and we're like, man, they're tighter, it's cleaner, it's nicer, like there's just better stuff happening. All right. They have absolutely dropped it since the Superstar shakeup. Why in God's name would Fox ever want this steaming pile of absolute trash on their network?
I mean, now,
Why?
yeah, now,
All-
why? But like before, it was good. I get why they wanted that before.
Oh, it was the selling. It was the selling point. Like I get why they had negotiations for it, but now because they have the stupid wild card rule where nothing matters anymore, people can come over anytime. Which, let's look at the way they've been doing that lately. It's just SmackDown people going to Raw. It's not Raw people coming to SmackDown. Like very little of the time do they have Raw people come to SmackDown. It's always the SmackDown people coming to Raw because they want to try to like take the talent that was on SmackDown and make Raw better, which is completely trash. And that's why SmackDown is suffering, is because they have talent that are trying to hop over to Raw and make Raw a better show and have that fill the 3 hours. When you have 2 hours on SmackDown that's supposed to be clean and tight and have good stories, and it absolutely doesn't anymore. And it makes no sense. They have no tag team division. Throw Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan into it. They have and then you have Heavy Machinery, who was a great tag team in NXT, great entertainment. Absolutely don't use them at all. And now, we need people. Oh, we don't have any other tag team, so let's just throw them in there against. So dumb.
We lost a good wrestler
Carmella and
in that championship because
Yeah.
we lost Daniel Bryan being a champion, tag team champion, but they don't use him now.
Oh yeah, they don't use it. They're not going to use him because there's nobody in the tag team division for them to work with.
Yeah.
Like you have like the New Day, but Big E's hurt, so you can't have, and Kofi's a champion, so you don't have any tag team people there. The Usos went to SmackDown. The Revival's on SmackDown. Like
You broke up Sanity.
you broke up Sanity. So freaking dumb. And so what I'm saying is like, and you have Aleister Black, who like hasn't been in a match since 3 or probably 2 months ago, right?
Yeah.
And like he is a piece of talent that you need to use. Why are we not seeing Fit? Why are we not seeing Andrade more? Why are we seeing these people that are in mid-card level that need to be like elevated? But no. Let's just have the 24/7 championship go to Elias, who is in this stupid feud with Roman Reigns and Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre, of all people, who you're taking away from having a great heel role in Raw to now he's just on SmackDown. Like dumb and just stupid. And I can't believe that they're doing this and they're screwing up. They're absolutely screwing up the best show that they had on the docket that was on live TV, and like it just is proof of what has been talked about in all the interviews and what people are talking about as they leave the company, is that Vince is just crazy and takes over everything and gets power hungry and can't deal with anybody else making decisions for him when it comes to storylines and characters. And it's so dumb because you're misusing so many of these people and so many of these great talents that as soon as they left, like as soon as they would leave, like if John Moxley left and has an amazing pop as soon as he comes into AEW. Yeah, I get it that he's a big name and was made it as Dean Ambrose, but like people are like gonna go and watch the freaking Fyter Fest because him and Joey Janela are having a match, and they're like, holy it's gonna be like a great hardcore match. And so like I'm just pissed off at how they're doing things and how SmackDown's doing this, and like they're completely wetting the bed on a great thing that they have, which is Kofi as their head champion, and they have nobody else to go against him because they just shit it away, just absolutely shit the bed.
SmackDown wet the bed, huh? SmackDown wet.
Kev, what?
Exactly.
Real quick,
I'm done.
real quick,
Rant.
Real quick, can I point out though, like this is a perfect example of overproduction and giving the talent their own production. So the Bray Wyatt promos and the Aleister Black promos, I think those have been going on around the same time, right?
Yep.
I think also Black.
So obvious,
No, I don't know. Keep going. Yeah.
They've been right around the same
about
time.
the same length, right? Around the same length. Like, I think Bray maybe started like a week or two before. So my point being is Bray's promos and his new character and his new gimmick and all that. That's his brainchild. He produced all that. I think all of us would agree on that, right?
Yeah, I would say he had the freedom to do that. I think
Right.
that's all his.
And
I think
with-
that's all his stuff.
Yeah, it is.
So obviously with Alistair's like he had like you could tell right off the bat he didn't have any input. I had no say in that. That's all Vince and producers telling him what to say and putting him in a dark ass room and just spilling. I don't even know what the fuck he's even talking about at the time. You could tell the difference. You give your talent the freedom to
see.
do whatever they want, and look how good that is versus your 30 writers writing a 5-minute promo for one of your guys.
Where's
You can tell, like, by the fucking difference. And that's just one of the rants that John Moxley went on the Talk Is Jericho podcast. That's one of the things that he even specifically pointed out. That he had so many good ideas on what he wanted to do. He went into the offices and they said, nope, you're doing this. You're getting rabies shots on live TV in the ass. That's what you're getting.
so stupid?
That shit's
All right,
funny.
but
I'm joking.
but the
Aleister,
Aleister Black
okay.
stuff, it literally, like, the thing he said was, he says he gets it. We're simply waiting for him to throw out a name, pick a fight with somebody, anybody, but there lies the conundrum. You see, he's sitting here waiting patiently for somebody, anybody, to pick a fight with him. What? Like,
We don't even know where you're at.
so like, you're in the shadows, like you're lurking in the shadows, waiting for somebody to come to you, which is in the shadows, and like in the darkness to pick a fight with you.
I don't think we can do that. I don't think we
I
can
feel
get to
like
the
this
Shadow
is a
Realm.
line. I feel like this is a line that
So
Cloak would
dumb.
say in a Cloak and Dagger comic.
Yeah, it's like it's so dumb. Like, you're misusing these people. Like, you're misusing McIntyre. You're misusing like Dolph. Like, Dolph is a great heel, and like I get that he like is probably the only guy that's like, all right, I'll go to Saudi and get a payday. But like, and like, let's throw Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan into a tag team championship so we can take Daniel Bryan out of the like main card picture. Like, and like Kevin Owens is being misused. Like, all these guys are just being misused as heels. Like, as soon as you become a heel in WWE, you are like the most overproduced piece of garbage like that can possibly be made, because you have to like
Even
have
like
promos and have motivations and all this stuff, and like they just don't. They just wet the bed every single time.
even like you guys remember back in the day, like when guys would get injured, we would so look forward to their returns because like 9 times out of 10, those returns were so goddamn good. Now, if you get injured and you come back, like it is so fucking bad. Like just run down the last few returns from big time stars over the last couple of years. Name me one that was like good, like a good return.
Brock.
I can't think of one.
Brock.
Stop it, Kevin. Stop it.
Have money in the
Man,
bank.
man, surprise me. Shit.
Like maybe the Daniel Bryan one, but that
Jeff
was like
Hardy.
legit.
What? You mean when Jeff showed up on the random Raw after WrestleMania?
And then won the U.S. title. Yes.
Was that after WrestleMania? That was before WrestleMania.
That wasn't even good. He just randomly showed up.
was after
That was not good.
Damn.
That wasn't like a Stone Cold or Triple H. Remember when Triple H returned from his quad injury
We're talking
the
about a long
first
time
time?
ago.
Remember how good that was?
This is like that was a good era though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Back then, those injury returns were so good. Now, any injury returns lately have been so fucking piss poor because they're bad. They're badly produced.
Well, they don't do any like video vignettes anymore. They try to always just be like, "Oh, he randomly's here,"
Yeah,
or like when they do it.
Kevin Owens randomly
Yeah.
showed up. And Dean Ambrose, when he came back, randomly showed up. Like,
I mean, that was random, and then it like didn't do anything to like
It
serve.
was
yeah,
random.
yeah.
Sat down and was like, well, if you have a Scottish psychopath in your corner,
Oh, that's so.
then I'm gonna have a lunatic.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
You're like, oh no, he's back.
So dumb.
He said that on the
But that was
podcast.
Raw and SmackDown. That's Raw and SmackDown this week.
Hold on, before we go,
I'm done talking about it.
we forgot one big thing. One big
What?
thing. 24/7
What?
championship.
Don't
Yeah, I
even,
talked about it.
don't
when
even
it
get
was
me
like
started.
flip flopped.
So
on SmackDown.
dumb. So dumb. Why do you even have Elias win? Why
Literally.
do you even have Elias win it if you're just gonna have Roman spear him and like go, ooh, I'm not a heel. I'm babyface. So I gotta like help out the other babyface. Okay, so I'm just gonna let me just pull R-Truth, or no, I'm just gonna like convince R-Truth to now be better and lay on top of this guy and get the ref to say 1, 2, 3, so I get his title back.
Which I thought was weird. Like,
Who is he, John Cena?
yeah, I did actually mind the flip flopping of the title because, like, if anything, it reminded me a little bit more of the hardcore title because they used to do that a lot sometimes. So when they flip flopped
But
it,
R-Truth does it
I didn't mind it. The way that they did it, like I think what Killer Payback was saying, yeah, I didn't like that at all. And on top of that, I mentioned last week that you're gonna have your main stars just look down on this title and just be like, I don't want that crap. Why would I want it? You just did it even worse because you had Roman Reigns spear the champion and was just like, I'm not gonna pin him.
I mean, that's
I'm
pretty,
gonna have
pretty
one.
much what happened last time with Sami
Because
Zayn.
I don't want that title.
Pretty much what happened with Sami Zayn last
Yeah,
week,
I
looking
brought
at
that
them
up- I
like,
brought
what the
that
hell
up
these
last
fools doing, just running
Yeah,
away,
I
chasing the
brought that up
title.
last week. I was like, okay, now you're just making it worse because none of your main talent even give a two shits about that title. So, you know,
Remember when Kane had that hardcore title?
I remember that
Times.
one WrestleMania hardcore match that I think it was him and Big Show. It was a triple threat. Like he threw somebody through a window. I remember that.
Good fun. That was fun.
They just So that's Raw and SmackDown. I
Right.
just don't.
Uh,
I just don't care.
I just want one question. For Raw, what matches do you think were cut? There's 2 of them, and we didn't see that
Shit.
whatever block party thing you were talking about before.
Holy shit! 2 of them were cut.
Fuck, I
Yeah.
don't know.
From
So there's
From
so
Raw?
there's legit like 2
Raw,
matches
yes.
on the Hulu version.
Fuck, they
so
probably...
Cesaro,
yeah.
so Cesaro and Ricochet got cut, and freaking
Shane?
no, not the Fatal 4-Way, whatever the other one
Becky
is.
the one there, the Becky
Yeah,
Lynch
the
tag
Becky
team one.
Lynch.
I was say
Yeah,
Shane
the tag team one.
Shane and fucking...
No,
Nope.
because that's got story. Because that's got story to it. I think it's
What?
the Becky Lynch.
Yeah, but would
one
you cut
and
out
the freaking?
the women's champion? I thought the same thing last week, and they didn't cut her out.
What else are you gonna
They-
do? Though?
I don't know.
They have cut her out before.
I didn't give 2 shits about it, so what happened? I got cut.
Yeah, who cares what got cut?
Cesaro and Ricochet again,
Oh my god.
because they did it last week.
The one
Let's
good
just cut
match
out. Let's
show.
cut out some of the best
Wrestling.
matches.
Wait, they cut Seth Rollins and
What?
Wow.
What? Wait, so they end with the electric chair interview?
no, I didn't see that at all either. I
Oh.
have no idea what you guys are talking about.
So
There.
they ended with for the
Oh,
Firefly
electric
Funhouse?
chair- Oh wow.
There was something else. No, they ended it with the
Fatal 4-Way?
what do you call it?
The Fatal 4-Way?
Fatal 4-Way. Yeah.
They ended with that? Holy shit.
Wow, that's insane.
And they kept the whole hour of
Hulu,
them
the
fucking them
Hulu.
talking. Oh my
I
god.
think
Yes.
even Hulu was
So,
like.
so it's
"Fuck
even
this."
worse because there's just so it goes from like, well, okay, so Brock leaves, they'll do all that stuff. Then it's the Shane McMahon talk, and he has this little match, and then Brock is out there again with
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
And
no
Seth
there's
goes
no
back out.
Cesaro match.
I didn't understand that at all. Like, what the hell's happening? That makes no sense.
I forgot that happened too. That he came out twice.
They could have
All
cut
right,
the whole
guys.
first
I
hour
got.
because they didn't really add anything to the story. It's the same thing right happened last week. God, it's terrible. I'm sorry.
All right,
Let's
let's get into
let's
NXT.
It's good to see.
let's move on. Let's talk about NXT this week or these past 2 weeks. We skipped last week because we didn't really none of us were able to watch it, and so we want to be able
Finals
to talk
week.
about it. Um,
Crazy.
yeah, it was finals week for Kevin. Um, all of that. So
Dude.
um,
Oh, Tiago. This was so much
the
better.
one that oh
Holy.
yeah, this week was
This is
so
beyond
good.
better.
Like yeah, like they know what they're doing. Like let me tell you, like NXT is so much tighter. It's such a tighter ship. It makes me wish and hope that freaking Triple H can talk some sense into Vince, or
Never
like
gonna
just
happen.
take him out, cerebral assassin his ass, and like
Jesus Christ. Assassin's Creed.
legitimate, legitimately just like take him out, not kill him. I don't
Sweep,
want him to die.
sweep the leg.
Sweep the leg, just get him to hit his head so he just gets knocked out just for 5 years. And then yeah, so we are talking about NXT from 2 weeks ago then.
You know what
Or not 2 weeks ago.
remember
Last week.
Remember last week when I was like, oh, NXT usually does like one good week, another good week, other week is like all right. These 2 weeks were really good.
They were both great.
Yeah, I mean then again it was the go home show too, so I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. I mean, the past 2 weeks were great. So, we're going to go back to the May 22nd episode.
26.
That would be not this week's, but last week's. So the opening segment that gets kicked off there from 2 weeks ago, this is May 22nd, is it's got Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong come out to open the show, and they're doing a promo saying how they're going to leave Takeover as NXT champion and the tag team champions. Gargano came out, and they had this great back and forth between Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano, and then Matt Riddle interrupted that interaction and like came in and just attacked all four of his men. He's in jeans and barefooted. I thought it was just kind of cool. And also, it's like, what the hell happened last week? There was blood all over his freaking all over his freaking sandal. Why are we why is he alive? Why is he okay?
Yeah,
Like
thought
you made
somebody
it look like
Assassin's Creed Matt Riddle.
Wrestling.
you made it look like freaking Roderick Strong killed him. So like
He's like,
right.
that Matt Riddle problem was taken care of. I was like, Jesus.
he's like he's dead. Like there's blood on his shoe. Like what did you do to him? Obviously what he did was take his sandal and beat him over the head with it until he just was bloodied a little bit.
I would have loved an Adam Cole reaction of just like, did you kill him? Like, Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. And so then Adam Riddle and Gargano sent the Undisputed Era just running after that. And that was kind of what happened. And then it was basically a standard match building promo, but it was a good thing because of that. The next match was Mansoor versus Sean Mulata. Mansoor is a guy that's been in a couple of matches before, but they're starting to put him in more and more.
He's getting there. He's getting there.
Yeah, this Sean Mulata guy, the one that he wrestled, is actually a member of the Inouye wrestling family. So that's Roman Reigns' and the Rock's and the Usos and that family.
What about
And
Reigns?
yeah, that one. And so they were like, and he actually has competed in the ring in WWE several times. He was in the Cruiserweight Classic. So,
Yeah.
so Mansoor was is like still establishing himself in NXT. The crowd seems to appreciate him though, and so he has a pretty good look, appears smooth in the ring, and has a foundation to grow. So this is a pretty short match. So it was pretty much just a quick match that had Mansoor scoring the win with a twisting suplex. Mansoor has a beautiful drop kick. There was a couple of cool spots here. with these guys. So I think that'd be interesting to see.
If
The next,
I
say
remember
what?
correctly, I think Mansoor was then. Remember when they had the first Saudi show, and they had the Saudi like superstars come out. And,
Yeah, I think he was
he was
part of
part of
that
that. Yeah, I
actually.
think he was. I was looking up right
He
now.
was signed by the Saudi people. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next segment is pretty sweet.
Oh, best
Velveteen
one.
Dream came to the ring with the NXT North American Championship, and he was chanting his name. He played to the crowd a bit before talking about how he's such a hot commodity these days. And all of a sudden, Tyler Breeze's music hits to a huge pop from Full Sail. Prince Pretty might not be used on the main roster too much, but he's still over with the NXT crowd. Breeze said that NXT has been dull since he left and called Dream a Prince Pretty knockoff. The fashionable foes exchanged plenty of barbs, um, and even Dream said that he was a fake detective or something in light to his fashion police promos with him and Fandango. Um,
Rest in peace, Fantango.
yeah, rest in peace. So Dream even offered Breeze a selfie with the champ, and Tyler Breeze agreed to the selfie, but right before um, he said that, he said something about how he will never like get. I don't remember how it was said, but he'll never like get a date or something, or like it was something about Twitter or like Tinder or something about getting swiped on or something, and it was interesting. And all of a sudden, like Breeze with the phone in hand just absolutely lays a huge punch into Dream, um, laid him out, and then headed up the ramp to the back. So that sets up Breeze versus Dream at Takeover for the NXT North American Championship.
Exciting stuff. I can't wait. It's gonna be a good match.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be dope.
Yeah, then the next match right after that was Candice LeRae and Reina Gonzalez. Uh, it was kind of a David versus Goliath feel with Candice LeRae taking on the 6-foot powerhouse Reina Gonzalez. Anyone who's followed LeRae's career since before her time in WWE knows she has plenty of experience fighting larger opponents in a lot of intergender matches. That's what she really did in a lot of the indies that she was in. She had a lot of matches with Joey Ryan, actually. Um, and she used a lot of that unique offense to combat Gonzalez's significant size advantage. She had a lot of high flying offense both in and out of the ring. She picked up the win with an absolutely gorgeous springboard moonsault, aka lion salt, from the middle rope. Like the first match of the night, this was a quick but solid performance from two solid competitors. At the end of the match, Shayna Baszler, Marina Shafir, and Jessamine Duke came out and attacked Candice LeRae, but all of a sudden, Io Shirai ran into the ring with a kendo stick and beat the living hell out of everyone.
Dude.
Out of the horsewoman with the kendo stick.
She was crazy. I was like, holy moly.
Some of the notes that were put in the Bleacher Report here said Io Shirai was swinging for the fences with that kendo stick. It wouldn't be surprised to see a bunch of bruises on Duke, Shafir, and Baszler from the segment, and I think that is very true.
She was laying it to them, dude. That was crazy.
She went full like Charlotte Flair kendo stick on him. Then finally we had our main event, which was the tag match. It was Matt Riddle and Johnny Gargano versus Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly of the Undisputed Era. Whenever Fish and O'Reilly work as a tag team, you know you're in for a good show. I mean, they're really great tag team when they're together. O'Reilly and Gargano showed off their technical prowess early on in the match with a furious exchange of holds from encounters between those two. Fish came in and kept that sequence going. The former tag champs took Riddle out at ringside, but taking their eyes off Gargano allowed him to take control and bring in everyone's favorite bro. Fish and O'Reilly more than made up for any missing chemistry from Riddle and Gargano to make this a fun contest. All four men had their moments to shine at different points in the match. Riddle hit it was a huge power bomb, or no, not the power bomb. It was his big like bridged German suplex that he hit, and it made O'Reilly look like he folded up like an accordion. That was super cool. Um, Matt Riddle was on a roll when Adam Cole and Roderick Strong interfered while the referee was distracted, and Fish and O'Reilly scored the win, and all four members of the Undisputed Era delivered a beating to the Bro and the NXT champion after that.
Dude, that was a good match.
So that was the end of. That was 2 weeks ago, or last week's
week, yeah.
NXT. Kevin, what'd you think about that one?
Oh man, let me see. Let me see which one I liked the most. Yeah, I like the tag team man. That match was really exciting to watch. Never seen like
Yeah, they're
Johnny
really
Gargano and Matt Riddle being a tag team, and it's just seeing Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly back. Taking it down. Taking them downtown. Oh man,
taking them down.
it was such a great match. I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
I like Tyler Breeze back. He's back in NXT. I think he's back permanently. I think. I need to check.
Is he really?
I need to check because they had a Triple H had one of those conference calls things about NXT, and he had stuff to talk. He had stuff to say, and I need to check what he said. I think one of the things was, I think Tyler Breeze might be there for good. Let me check right now.
Well, I think honestly, didn't you see that hint? Was it Breeze and Sean Spears are having a wrestling school?
Yeah, I saw that.
So like, the fact that Sean Spears is in AEW,
Okay.
and Tyler Breeze wasn't being used a lot.
I got it right here.
He's got it. Like they brought him down to NXT and like make him a coach, make him do some things with with people just to keep him appeased. I think.
I have it right here. It says Triple H confirmed that Tyler Breeze is an NXT talent now, and is happy to have him back. He thinks that Breeze and Velveteen Dream can steal the show Saturday night. That's one of the things he said.
They're just blowing smoke for Prince Pretty.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I guess that's good. He's back in NXT. He's actually doing something now.
Yeah, I mean, I like it instead of just like he's a great, like Prince Pretty's a great talent. Like,
I'm scared what's gonna happen with Fandango though.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what it'll do? Maybe they're repackaging Fandango.
Also, I think you missed it in the beginning of this NXT show. They said, I think William Regal said that
William Regal said
Viking Raiders vacating the titles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And that there's gonna be a fatal or a triple threat. It's a fatal 4-way ladder match at Takeover.
Yeah, Forgotten Sons, Street Profits, Oni Larkin, and Danny Burch, and then Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Can I just say real quick that the Forgotten Sons are fucking awful.
What? You said awful?
I do not like the Forgotten Sons. I'm sorry. I just
do unto others.
The Sons of Anarchy fucking ripoff.
But come on, you know he was the most badass in that group, in that stable,
Freaking
right?
Jackson Riker.
Yeah.
Freaking Jackson Riker is a yoked human being that you do not want to touch.
Dude,
oh yeah.
I'm scared he's gonna fucking just kick my ass if I look at him.
He's gonna jump through my freaking computer screen, strangle me, kick me in the nuts, and then take out his switchblade from his pants and just slit my absolute throat. That is how I feel he's gonna do. That's what I feel he's gonna do.
I think now that Dean's gone, if they ever gave that guy a solo run, like, do they just give him the
make
Dean?
make him the
Yeah.
lunatic?
If they don't make him seem like he's an idiot, maybe.
That's getting rabies shots in the ass. I don't know.
If anyone's seen the podcast, check out.
Talk is Jericho. All right, let's get to the main.
Wait, so,
Talk is
hey man,
Jericho,
Payback, did you
baby.
guys watch NXT or no?
I watched the highlights.
Okay.
No.
No. Okay. So you got what did you say what you liked from the show?
Oh yeah, dude, I agree with you. The Prince Pretty stuff is awesome. I think him and Dream do like Triple H said, have the capacity to tear it down. Um, let's see. And then that tag match was great. I thought that was dope, between Undisputed Era and um, let's see,
Kenneth Ray
and Gargano and
Gonzalez. Yeah, that was a good match too.
yeah. I mean, I thought everything on the card was decent. I mean, man, Mansoor and that Sean Mulata guy, they worked pretty well together too, even though it was a short match. I just think they're just doing good stuff, man. Like
They're getting it.
NXT
They're
just was
developing
running
them,
on all
so-
cylinders.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's development talent, like you understand it's development stuff, but like in 1 hour of show, they do so many great things. So
That's so nice. That's nice.
so that's what I think in that 22 on May 22nd show. But we're going to hop on over to the second week that we're going to talk about, May 29th, and I'm just going to fly on through this because this is the go home show to Takeover. It's the Takeover. That's this Saturday night. It's Takeover. Is that 25?
Yeah, 25.
Takeover 25 is this Saturday, and there's a lot of different things that are happening. So we're gonna hop right into it. I don't know if this Bleacher Report one there's only 3 matches. The first match was Mia Yim versus Bianca Belair. This is they've been doing this, setting up this rivalry between Mia Yim and Bianca Belair. And this is supposedly the rubber match, I think. This is the third match between them. The EST of NXT allowed her arrogance to get the best of her at one point, talking trash to her opponent and daring Mia Yim to fight her. Yim did just that, fighting from underneath and delivering a protect ya neck. That's what that's her finisher? Protect your neck?
Yeah, protect your neck. Yeah.
Protect your neck. That should have earned her the victory, but an alert, Belair rolled to the sanctuary of the floor, so she rolled out of the ring. There she capitalized on an opening and sent Yim into the ring apron. And then a powerbomb attempt back inside the squared circle was countered by Yim, who held onto her opponent's hair and delivered a second protect your neck for the pinfall victory. So Mia Yim gets the victory there in that one against Bianca Belair.
So she's no longer the.
She never
Well,
was.
I know she got the pin a while ago. This is
Does she
me.
still say that even after she got pinned?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she says her mindset's undefeated, and it's so dumb.
Okay.
Yeah. Then second match right here was Kushida versus Drew Gulak, who came back from the 205 Live. Just to get this. So weeks after Drew Gulak made his presence felt during Kushida's match, the 205 Live competitor battled the Time Splitter. Oh my gosh. In singles competition.
Is that what they call him? That's pretty cool.
They're calling him the Time Splitter.
Oh, that's a game. That's a really fun game on PS2 and GameCube.
Time Splitters. The Clock Stoppers, like the movie.
They should have called him that. Clock Stopper.
The action was super fast and furious with these guys, featuring more than a few excellent reversals. Kushida applied an octopus, then Drew Gulak answered with an ankle lock right away. Kushida then looked for his armbar finisher, but was unable to apply it fully. Ultimately, Kushida was able to down Gulak and score a pinning attempt that surprised Gulak for the win. After the match, Gulak audibly called Kushida a coward and stomped off towards the back. So Kushida defeated Gulak in I think it was a schoolboy pin. So we'll see what this happens. Feels like here with these two that it was kind of like an unsettled rivalry between those two, and maybe some either at Takeover or sometime down the line they're gonna have their rubber match between those two. And we've been seeing Gulak do that a lot, come back and wrestle guys and on 205 Live. He did it with what's that dude's name? The luchador That's on 205 Live too. I don't remember his name. He's got a haircut.
He part of the Lucha House Party.
Yeah, is he? Vincent Del Rio?
Umberto? No, Umberto?
No. Luchador. Oh! The one he...
Humberto Carrillo, but that's not a luchador.
Umberto Carrillo.
Yeah. I know say T.
No,
Yeah,
he was a luchador. He was a luchador before he came to NXT. They had him take his mask off.
Oh. I'm gonna look at Brian. Who was he before that? But yeah, that's him.
I'm pretty sure. But Umberto Carrillo is the other guy that he came back and had a match with in NXT for. So Drew Gulak's doing that a lot. Apparently not getting a lot of work on 205 Live. Also, who watches 205 Live? Not me. Let's see. And our last and final match of the night was Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch versus Do Unto Others, the Forgotten Sons. The tag team division was once again on full display when on the main event of NXT as Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch squared off with Forgotten Sons Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake, and they were accompanied by the dude that I think is going to slit my throat because I look at him in his eyes, Jackson Riker. So before the match could even get underway, Riker interfered and was sent to the back right away. And on his way to the locker room, the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins attacked. And from there, they turned their attention to the squared circle. Cutler and Blake wisely bailed out of the way, leaving the two babyface teams to exchange blows. A happy Riker recovered and, approving of the competition's tension, was attacked from behind by Adam Cole and Roderick Strong of Undisputed Era, and then Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish attacked the rest of the competition with a ladder before they stood tall to close out the show. So it was a no contest, and they were setting up all of these tag teams that are going to face off against each other in the ladder match.
No contest, but man, it's going to be a good takeover.
It makes me excited. The Forgotten Sons are going to be the dudes that are like the big guys of the, you know.
You think they'll win?
Of the ladder match. I don't think. I'm not saying I don't think.
You know what?
I think it's going to be.
Let's go into.
I think it's going to be Street Profits.
I think we should go to.
Yeah, I have Street Profits.
I think we should.
All right, we're going into the takeover predictions.
Yeah.
All right. NXT Takeover. I'm just looking up the card quick.
I got them right here if you want me to say it.
Oh yeah. Okay,
By the way, Tyler Breeze is a NXT superstar now.
Yeah, that's what I said. I read off.
Okay, whatever. Okay, whatever. We're fine. It's okay.
I read off what Triple H said.
I was listening to Takeover.
All right. So,
anyways.
do you have the match card?
Yeah. So, I don't think it may be in order, but I doubt it's in order. So, the first match they have on here is Matt Riddle versus Roger Strong. You want me to go through all of it, or should we go one at a time to predict it?
Let's go one at a time and predict.
Sorry. Matt Riddle versus Roger Strong. Who do you think is going to win? This is a hard one. I don't know.
So all of the Undisputed Era is having a match.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, I think it's got to be Matt Riddle, right? I mean, aren't they kind of setting up Riddle versus Cole eventually?
Yeah, I think it might be Matt Riddle.
I don't know. Like, are they set? Like, they kind of squashed this Undisputed Era breaking up type thing. So I don't know if they're like gonna put it on full force now because they're gonna like face each other and everyone's gonna lose.
Yeah, I was about to say, are you eventually setting this up to be a triple threat NXT title match on a future takeover with Riddle, Strong, and Cole?
That's possible.
Which if you do that, I don't know how you, like, who do you give the first fall to in this match if you're eventually gonna lead to like a triple threat or a fatal four-way?
I think I still give it a
Yeah,
Riddle.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think you could give it to Riddle. You could probably give it to Riddle with a little bit of like fuckery with Adam Cole
Yeah.
running in to probably try to help him and just screws it up, and now Roderick Strong's pissed off at him again.
Oh.
Like you could have it something like that.
That might happen.
Yeah, I
and
could see it that way.
That might happen, and Roderick Strong will interfere for Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Screw
And take
Adam-
out Adam Cole, and that's how Roderick Strong turns.
Roderick for
Ooh,
Adam
yeah.
Cole in the next takeover. Ooh, yeah.
Because I don't think like you don't build Strong versus Cole and Strong leaving Undisputed Era for that long, and then just out of nowhere just squashing it and bringing in another guy to feud with like Matt Riddle, unless you're planning on using all of them in a main event championship spot.
Yeah, so I see Riddle winning. I see Riddle winning that one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Riddle with Adam Cole interfering.
Yeah, Adam Cole interfering would not surprise me.
Nothing for payback.
Payback have any opinions? Yeah, okay.
I said, bro.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
the next match,
Bruh.
NXT Championship, Tag Team Championship, ladder match, right?
Ladder match.
Okay, they don't have it on here as a ladder match. It's interesting. Damon CBS
It's a ladder
Sports.
match.
So it's Undisputed Era, which is Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, versus the Street Profits, versus Forgotten
Oh, hell yeah.
Sons, versus Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. Which one's from Forgotten Sons isn't it?
Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake.
Okay,
Jackson Riker is the singles guy out of them.
makes sense.
Can you do the Forgotten Sons thing again?
Do unto others. Kind of went into
Love it.
Macho Man there for a little bit.
Do under others. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Who do you guys think is going to
I
win?
love it.
Street Profits.
Profits.
Give me the cup.
Street Profits.
I think Forgotten
They,
Sons.
it just feels like a long time coming for Street Profits.
They've been through the ringer in NXT tag team division.
Yeah, that feels like you paid your dues. Here's your reward, kind of. It's the perfect opportunity to do it for them too.
The dudes are so athletic. Like Montez Ford is so athletic. Like when he does a frog splash, dude, like he is so high in the air. And like does it great. Like they're so entertaining on the mic. Their street talk, promos are cool to listen to. I just think they will be I think honestly when they get to the WWE, like they're gonna be a good tag team.
I don't know. Come on,
It's-
everyone else gone into the main roster?
Do you remember Crime Time?
I love Crime Time. I
remember-
loved Crime Time.
Remember the Viking
They screwed
Raiders?
up though.
I was about to say, do you remember how they were booked?
No. I remember their promos and loved the hell out of their promos.
Yeah, that's Street Profits reminds me of what Crime Time was supposed to be, and then
Yeah.
once they get to the main roster, Vince is gonna be like, "Hey, Crime Time Part 2. Remember what I did to them and how I booked them? Let's do that again."
It's Crime Time.
Such a profit.
Anyways,
I think
I think it's Street Profits.
I think Forgotten Sons.
Do unto others.
I think they should win it, get the heat from it. You see Street Profits about to grab the belts, and then Forgotten Sons just come out of nowhere and just push them out of the way, and they get it, and then they can win from them. Because I would have liked it if Street Profits beaten Viking Raiders, but since they kind of left and vacated the belts, I feel like
Whoops.
they are just being given the belts without having another good run. Trying to fight for it.
that's my reason. Yeah, that's my reason. I think they're gonna win. Like the thing that you're thinking, like that kind of doesn't really make sense. That's my reason of I think why they're gonna win.
Who, Street Profits?
Yeah, because it's a long time coming. The one really good tag team that they had there vacated the title, so now you kind of have to rebuild that division again. But you've had a loyal team that's been there for so long that's done good. I think the Forgotten Sons as a gimmick I just don't like, but I also think they got a long way to go too. I don't think all of them
They
as a team
they
have like
literally
paid
just
their
came
dues.
in. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
like they
literally just
just
came in last
yeah
year.
yeah. I feel like they haven't like really paid their dues yet, and I know somebody like Hunter is big on that. So I think if he's gonna give it to somebody, just like even Street Profits probably won't even have those titles for long. But I think to give them the remember the Zack Ryder Intercontinental ladder match
That was like the
at
day
Mania?
after.
That's kind of like what this reminds me
I just want Street Profits to
Payback.
hold it for a while, but yeah.
What? This is Street Profits
What?
already.
He didn't say anything.
I did when everyone else said it. What
No,
the
you
fuck do
didn't.
you mean?
He did it.
All right, he says Street Profits.
Street Profits. Someone's booty today. But next match. NXT North American Championship. Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Breeze. I don't know who's going to win this one.
Dream
This
match.
one's hard.
Rematch.
Dream.
We all at the same time. I don't know what everyone said.
Oh, I just said this one was hard. I'm gonna have to go. I guess I'll go Dream, but I mean, I wouldn't. I think now that we know, so now we know for sure that Tyler's at NXT for good. That just makes because if I knew that he was only gonna be there for like a certain amount of time, or like, oh, they're only
It would
gonna
be
keep him
like-
there till Fandango comes back, then it'd be obvious that he's not gonna win it.
I mean, it was like when he showed up on NXT the last time and had a North American Championship match against the Dream.
Wait, that happened before?
He showed up. Oh yeah, it happened on an NXT.
I remember, what's his name? Harper having a match for the North American Championship. At yeah, at
I
like
don't,
Luke
I don't
was it
remember.
Harper?
I don't.
or was it Rowan? I don't. One of those two had the North American Championship match.
I remember that.
They had
I don't
one with Buddy
remember
Murphy.
the Breeze one the first time. Yeah, I remember Buddy Murphy.
Was
No,
it-
Breeze came.
I don't remember the
Long
Breeze
time.
one.
I don't remember the
I'll
Breeze
look it
one.
up. Keep talking.
Oh, blah blah
Anyways,
blah. This and that.
I'll go Dream.
Payback. What did you say?
I said Dream, but I think there's gonna be another rematch.
Dream another rematch.
Yeah.
All right.
This one could go on for a while. The feud.
Yeah, I think Dream can get it. I mean, I can see Breeze taking it. Maybe Triple
I
H
think
is like
Breeze
feeling
will
bad. He's like,
eventually-
they didn't use him
Yeah.
that much at the main roster. So
I
let's
think
give him
Breeze
10.
eventually will take it. I don't think he's gonna take it on the first shot.
Yeah, because I was hoping Breeze would get the NXT Championship when he was back on his first run. 'Cause he was pretty good.
Yeah.
He was really good. And then they put him to the main roster, and nothing happened there.
That's just another example.
Yeah, nothing happened. And Takeover, while you're looking it up, can you tell us your prediction?
I think it's the Dream. So Tyler Breeze returned to NXT to battle Ricochet for the North American title, December 13th, 2018. Back in December.
So
I
okay.
mean,
So it was against Ricochet, not Dream.
yeah, it was Ricochet, but he did it before he came back and was for the North American title. Yeah,
All right, keep
wasn't
talking. I
against
want to look
Dream,
up
though.
this Rowan thing, because I thought he had a match.
Was it at Worlds Collide, probably?
I think it was.
But,
It might have been Harper, though. Because I remember him having a match out of nowhere.
I thought it was hard though.
it was
Harper had a
probably
match
Harper.
with Digikovac.
You did. Oh. Who am I thinking of? I guess it wasn't any of them.
Look. Feast your eyes.
But yeah, I think it's Dream. I think it's Dream that's gonna win this match, just because I think they're, like you said, it might be harder. I think it would for sure be harder to call this match if, like you said, that Dream is back for sure to NXT.
He is back for sure.
But yeah, like he's back for sure to NXT, so it makes it harder to call this match, I think, because I think they could set up a pretty cool feud between him and Tyler Breeze. Um, but I think it's Dream for sure. I don't see him dropping the title. He's a hot commodity. Unless they do want him to drop the North American title and have him move up into the NXT Championship.
I was saying before that I think this feud's gonna go on for a while, and I think Breeze will end up winning against Dream eventually. I just don't see him winning on the first try.
Yeah, that's true. They like to NXT does a really good job of pulling feuds for a long time where like the main roster is like, "Oh, this pay-per-view's done, feud's over." Like NXT
And
does
then,
like
this guy's on one angle, and we're just gonna drop him off in this other angle in the meantime.
yeah. Where like NXT does a really good job of like keeping them in the same angle and building something. I mean, you look at the Tommaso Ciampa Johnny Gargano thing that happened and like that storyline build and build and build. Like they had what was it, 3 or 4 matches against each other at different takeovers? Like that's just crazy. I mean, it's like pretty evident like the same Triple H is using the same booking that he would do with like Shawn. Like him and Shawn when they had their rivalry matches, it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
every pay-per-view and they kept like upping the stakes every single
Yeah.
time, upping the stakes. Like that one
Which even
summer,
then-
or no, it was like a Royal Rumble match where it was last man standing and they were just I remember that Royal Rumble
Yeah, it
watching
was-
that when they just
That match ended
absolutely
up in a draw,
bloodied
right?
the hell of each other, yeah. And like it was
Uh,
a double count.
Yeah, and I thought Ciampa and Gargano was a better feud than Hunter and Michaels.
I mean, yeah,
At
they
least-
did a really good. They did a really good job with that one. So, NXT, man, NXT Takeover. We'll see what they do with Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze, though.
I thought they cheated you. I zoned out a bit, so I had no idea what you guys were talking about.
Oh,
I was just
Jesus
so in. I
Christ.
don't know. I was just reading these other
Whatever.
matches.
You pulled a
Let's just go to the
pulled a-
2 match.
pulled a Gary Whitta. You were miles away.
I was like reading this and I was zoning out, and I was like, "What the fuck are they talking about? Who's bloody? What happened? Royal Rumble?" All right,
Who's bloodied? Dustin Reynolds. What?
we'll get to that later. But the next match,
Let's get through this.
yeah, NXT Women's Championship, Shayna Baszler versus Io
Baszler.
Shirai. Baszler,
Shirai.
Shirai. I'm going for Shirai as well.
Shirai.
All right, that was quick.
I don't think we need to say anything more.
I was about to say, I really don't have any opinions on it. It's gonna be a good match, though. I
Yeah.
think she's the most talented woman on the roster that they have. So, I think Shayna's just had the title for too long.
She said the longest. Or the
She dropped it
It's longer
against
than
she
the-
dropped
Oh,
it
yeah.
against Kairi Sane, and then she picked
Yeah.
it back up the next paper.
I think because she picked it up so quick that I really don't count it as her dropping it.
Who has the longest reign? Doesn't say. Nope.
Yeah, so I think Io Shirai it's her time to shine.
No shit. I forgot. The longest reign was Asuka.
Banana.
I forgot about that.
All right, give us this last one.
The
give
main
us this,
event.
Give us this barn burner of a match you got.
Main event. WrestleMania pay-per-view main event match. NXT Takeover 25. Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole. NXT Championship match.
Could be a future WrestleMania match.
I'm gonna go with a curveball here. Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole. All right. Payback.
So you think? Yeah.
I want Adam Cole.
Adam Cole. Tiago.
Part of me says that Adam Cole's gonna win it, but then part of me says that Johnny Gargano's gonna win it, and they're gonna have Adam Cole and him build up into the next takeover, and then that's where Cole's gonna take it. Because they've only had 2 matches, but if they're building up a feud, yeah, okay. So I think Roderick Strong comes in and interferes because Adam Cole is going to interfere with his match. And that's where we're gonna get the Roderick Cole split, and Johnny Gargano's gonna win.
Oh, all right, all right. I think Brock Lesnar comes out, cashes in.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No.
He's getting paid way too much money.
I think Gargano still retains it. I think he'll get screwed out of it, like we talked about with Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
I think everyone from Undisputed Era loses.
That wouldn't surprise me either.
I know. It's gonna be a hell of a match, though. I think all these matches are gonna be a hell of a match.
I think they're all going to be great. I think Takeover's going to burn the house down.
Burn it down. But yeah, that was NXT past 2 weeks and the Takeover predictions. Now
let's get into the real stuff.
the last thing. Oh my goodness, I forgot to call
The
Omega.
good stuff. Oh no.
Holy moly! No, didn't remind me. Thank you guys. Let me check on him. I'll just call him.
Calling right now?
Yeah, I'll call him right now.
All right. Well,
Is
looks
this
like WWE stock dropped about $25, which is pretty bad.
really $25 per share?
Yeah, it's $75 now and some change, where it used to be $98 last month.
Oh my gosh, that's
The only other news I have is that there's going to be a bunch of NXT superstars at Evolve Wrestling.
Oh yeah, I did see
for
that.
their 10-year anniversary. It's Undisputed Era, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, Matt Riddle, and Drew Gulak. We know
Yeah, Tommaso Ciampa though.
he's just going to be there for the appearance part, but he's obviously not wrestling.
I also had it up a while ago. I think the ratings for Raw dropped 15%.
Which is expected because it's Memorial Day.
But they didn't go up against anything else, anything big. Because last year they went up against
Well, that
the
doesn't.
NBA.
I mean, it's like going against the 4th of July. For some reason, people don't tune in during some holidays because it's a 3-day
But
or
they would
3-day weekend.
they'll tune into basketball though.
They're not usually the same rating, so they're usually down.
How much are they usually down though on the holidays? I'm curious.
For everything, I'd say
Yeah.
I think it's somewhere. It's usually between 5 and 7%.
13.
So it
Okay,
is weird
so
that it's
this was-
15%.
13%.
Yeah. So yeah.
13.
So they were expecting a drop off, but not to that extent. They're not used
No.
to it.
Third hour dropped the most. Which is expected since it always
Because
drops
of-
off.
Because of course.
Well, also they didn't give us people in the first hour to even be like, oh, I want to come back and like stick through a 3-hour frickin' show. When you in your
What do you mean
first
they-
45 minutes, you don't do anything but have Brock dance in the middle of the frickin' ring.
Rock party, baby.
Uh-oh.
Rock.
But they brought up a
fucking-
Samoan.
Oh no.
Hello?
How's it going, brother?
Oh, hey, Omega. It's a long time no here. I don't think that's how you say
Yeah,
it.
no here, man.
No here. What's
How
up?
you been?
I'm doing good, dude. How about you? How's that head of yours?
Oh, shit. Still hurts. Still should get that checked out.
Still, you should,
Still
yeah.
bleeding internally.
Oh, you should get it checked out. You might have a
What-
concussion. I think so. I think it might be a
What
concussion.
happened?
Ah, those are no big deal.
I think he got hit by
Hulk Hogan hit him with the chair.
Yeah.
Again?
No, it was a long time ago. Still recovering from that.
Oh.
So, Omega, what's going on? What's going on in Japan?
Dude, big things in Japan. The best of the Super Junior tournament.
Oh yeah.
It's the best thing going.
Heard about that.
Unless you're in AEW.
Oh, you want to talk about? You want to talk about that?
Did you guys catch Double or Nothing?
We did. You
I watched it, but I had to watch it on the website from the Czech Republics, but still watched it.
You know, let's check, dude. They got the best streaming.
Oh yeah, I know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. So,
And do you guys see the end of it?
yeah.
Who shocked the system?
Yep. CM Punk. Crazy, right?
Mr. MMA.
CM
No,
himself.
talking about Dean Ambrose, John Moxley.
Yeah, we don't see Dean Ambrose anymore, you know. We can see
Dean Ambrose, sorry.
John Moxley, yeah.
John freaking Moxley.
Comes out, and he's like, yo, in Dirty Deeds, Chris Jericho.
Everybody.
Dirty Deeds, the referee.
Then he was going to do it to Omega. They fought out of the ring and went all the way at the top of the ramp.
Don't know what's
And he got
top of
Dirty
the poker
Deeds on
chips.
Some poker chips.
Yep.
In Las Vegas. You know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah, except we knew what happened, so.
Yeah.
Then he tossed
Does
him
Omega
off.
know about the?
Oh, give me a second, wait. What was that?
Are we still talking AEW, or did Omega see the Okada Jericho announcement?
Did you, Takeover, hold on. We're gonna report from Takeover to Omega. He said, did you see the Okada and Jericho announcement?
Oh, did I see it? That's only the fucking cherry on the fucking cake.
Cherry
They're going to have John Moxley versus Juice Robinson for the U.S. title.
We saw that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. John Moxley's going to
Yeah.
New Japan, by the way.
Yeah, big news. Big news. What do you think about
Big
that?
news. Well, it's good and bad because AEW doesn't really have exclusive contracts to their stars, except for maybe Kenny and the
Yeah.
Bucks and
Yeah.
Cody for now. Well, they can show up anywhere
Well,
they
they're
want,
independent
basically.
contractors.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard about John Moxley's contract, but it said that he can go anywhere around the world. He can do international stuff as long as his schedule in AEW is light, so he has something to do. He can go do stuff in there. So like right now, since
Yeah, I think-
there's no weekly
I think
stuff,
until the TV show's on,
yeah, because
anyone's free to do what they want.
yeah, because I think once the TV show is on, he's gonna be pretty busy doing that. So
Yeah.
he's having his run real quick before he has to go do that. But
So we're gonna be talking a lot more about AEW on this show.
oh, dude, just watch when you listen to the podcast. You know, we went off on Raw and SmackDown, so sooner or later, you're gonna see that AEW logo on that on the screen for the
I gotta
podcast.
admit, the past few weeks I have not been watching Raw or SmackDown, just listening to the Botched podcast,
Well,
and it helps.
it's good then because you don't need to watch the Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, dude.
Just keep watching New Japan, keep watching AEW, because when that shit, you know, AEW goes on, we'll be watching that a lot more.
Fight for the Fallen.
Fight for a Fallen, you know.
Rhodes Bros versus the Young Bucks.
Rose Bros, yeah. Fighter Fest. What's going on with that?
I don't know. I'm not too sure what matches got announced, but I think Kenny Omega and some Michael Nakazawa match. That's almost expected. They love gamer.
No, it's
Oh,
they are
Xavier
having
Woods.
it's
He might be there.
Jesus.
Say
It's Joey Janela versus John Moxley at Fyter Fest.
oh, I'm
I
gonna
don't know, man. I don't want to.
Omega. I'm gonna report from Takeover. He's saying it's Fighter Fest. John Moxley versus Joey Janela. Oh yeah, I forgot they set that up at the BT.
That is Fighter Fest, isn't it? I
Yeah.
don't know.
First-
Takeover knows this stuff.
That's his first match in AEW, if I remember correctly. For AEW.
What is that, next month? This month? I
Uh,
don't even know when Fighter Fest is.
Takeover. When is it? Do you know?
It's in June.
June, he says.
Fight for the Fallen's July,
Fight for Fallen is July.
and then whenever All Out is, I don't remember
He
where
knows
that
all,
one is.
all ends in August.
August. All out. It's all
Yeah,
out, right?
All Out. All Out.
All out,
Yeah.
All out, yeah. The last show before they go weekly. So,
New
yeah.
Japan.
New Japan, huh?
So watch out, Ring of Honor.
Watch out.
Watch out, Impact
Watch out, Impact.
on Twitch.
Watch out, Triple A.
Triple A.
Triple A. Watch out,
Watch
CMLL.
Underground, rest in peace.
Yeah.
WWE.
R.I.P.
Keep doing what you're doing.
WWE, you're already dead, so.
I hope you guys buried that Brock box, because that was the worst song I've ever heard. I can't get out of my head. I want to rip my ears off. Alright, I don't want to hold you guys. I gotta
So
get back to
Brock-
this snowbike stream.
Oh, whoa.
He's playing some Dead by Daylight.
Sorry about that, Omega.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to interrupt you
We
there.
are still sponsored by him, right?
Sponsorship?
Not this week. So he's gonna have to pay us for you mentioning that. So
So
way to
he's
go.
gonna have to pay me.
No, he's gonna have to pay us.
Just tell him for us.
No, just
Yeah. Payback said you tell him. You tell him for us, since you're in this chat.
Tell him to Venmo us.
Yeah, Payback said to Venmo us.
He said what?
Payback saying to Venmo us. Tell Mike to Venmo us our money
Alright.
for the sponsorship, the free fucking sponsorship. It's not free now. It's paying us $10 million.
The free sponsorship.
That he sucks.
Wait, what?
Tell Payback that he's not cool.
Oh,
And
dude.
that
Jesus.
of people who are not cool.
Oh, okay. We're getting cut off, Omega. I think Hulk Hogan's behind you. Watch out. Oh. I think he died. He hung up on me.
Omega is cool. To be fair.
He hung up on me. I'm supposed to hang up on them.
Maybe Hulk Hogan got to him.
Poor Hulk Hogan.
Brother.
But yeah, that was the New Japan report.
That was New Japan. What do we want? What do we want to do now? Are we gonna debrief a little bit about Double or Nothing?
Oh, did we do news?
Yeah.
News.
Got something else?
Yeah, I do it better than Barrett.
But yeah,
That was us pitching it to you, Payback.
he already said
I said it already.
He already said it.
I said.
Oh,
Remember?
he said the news.
Remember when he's like, oh, I'm gonna check out Omega, and then he went off with the news.
That's right. Okay, he did. He did.
Not that I remembered.
All right, let's talk about
Wait.
AEW, man.
So who watched Double or Nothing?
I did.
I caught the highlights.
Payback.
I don't know how to watch it.
Okay, you didn't watch it. That's alright.
Kevin, did you watch it?
I watched it live. Come on, dude. I watched it live, dude.
Did you pay the $60 or
$50.
Czech Republic.
50, whatever?
$50.
Czech Republic. What are you talking about? You didn't pay $50 for that, did
I
you?
paid $50.
Wow, Kevin.
I paid $50
For the Bleacher Report Live.
Bleacher Report live.
I think
Damn.
I didn't want to do it because I just didn't know what to expect. Now knowing in hindsight that it was a really good show, I think I would have done it. It was money well spent.
I'll say this. I got a little scared towards the beginning because I was like, I really don't know too many of these people.
Right.
I know some of them. I don't know any of the Japanese wrestlers. So that
SCU.
that's kind of scary. I know SCU, yeah, because I watch BT a lot. So.
I mean, you don't know who the Super Smash Brothers are, like JR?
Dude.
JR didn't know who they were either.
Nobody knew who they were. They didn't explain it to us when they came up. I was like, "What the fuck are these guys?"
I was sitting there expecting JR to at least be like, "Oh, this is by God, the Baba." And he was just as confused as we all were.
Also, I don't think they're allowed
When
to say
those
Super
guys
Smash
came
Bros,
into that-
are they? It is.
Don't know.
I don't know. Who's the Super Smash Bros? Is
That's
that
a
the
game.
guy that...
That's why too. So
No, I know it's a game. But who were they? Who were the Super Smash Bros?
I don't know who they are.
Elite Smash.
I don't know who they are. That's why.
Mario.
I'm looking up right now.
Yoshi.
Super
Sonic.
Smash.
So, was there the dudes that came out that were like dressed up like the Viking Raider, and the other guy had like a mask?
I think so.
Yeah, the
And like they
minions.
had
Yeah,
all
like
the
you're-
little, and they had all the little.
So you're not
like,
asking like
minions.
specifically who they are. You're just asking like, was that the same team that jumped?
Yes, that's what I.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I still don't know who they are.
Yeah, I had the same react. I was expecting JR or the commentary to at least tell me who they were. Instead, I got literally what I was thinking in my head from JR. And I was like, okay, this is not helpful at all. Like, you're at least supposed to tell me who these guys are. Which I'm hoping that they, over time, learn that better in production. Like, hey, like if you're commentators, don't know what to do as far as the talent. Like, somebody should at least be in their ear, say, "Oh, these are." Just say these are the guys from so and so or whatever.
So,
Yeah.
how do you want me to go over this?
Let's just go over the good stuff.
Yeah,
Which
the
is the
stuff that
last
we
part.
liked, basically.
The last 3 matches. Because Casino
I
Battle
mean, I
Royale.
thought SCU versus I thought the Casino Royale one was basically what I thought it was going to be since Pac and Hangman weren't on the card anymore.
Yeah. And then when Hangman came out, I was like, oh, he's gonna win. It's kind of obvious.
Yeah.
Also, Joey Janela with that.
The cigarette in his forehead.
Not that he gets power bombed by Luchasaurus to the table, and it looked like he died. I was like, holy shit, he's still in that like
Yeah.
crazy. I thought he was dead because it looked like he landed on his neck, and he was just like, his legs are over his face, and I was like, God damn, that was nasty. But yeah, it was an alright Casino Royale. Sammy Guevara and Kip Sabian.
Was that a good match? I didn't think I skipped that one.
It was alright. It was in the buy-in. It was in the pre-show. I don't like Sammy Guevara too much. I don't know. He just seems like, I don't want to say it. He seems like a douche. I'm sorry.
I think that's the whole.
Is it? I thought
think
he was
that's his
a.
character.
I thought he was supposed to be
No,
a
no.
baby face.
No, because I think that's his character. Because in BTE they like play it up all the time that he's like after everybody talks to him, they're like, "Man, he's such a dick."
Yeah. But
Like,
then
"Oh,
when
he's a
Kip
douche."
Sabian came out, I was like, wait, maybe he's a heel. I don't know. But yeah, yeah, that was alright. If he is, I guess he is supposed to be paid as a dick.
Yeah, but like I didn't really care about that. I only cared about the Casino Royale Battle Royale because of the championship implication.
Yeah,
But then as soon as Hangman came out as the Joker, I'm like, oh, he's just gonna win.
yeah, he won. And then, oh, this is not in order. I forgot what was the first match. That was the SCU, right? The first match.
SCU.
SCU, SCU.
That was a great match, or not great, but I thought it was really good.
Yeah, that was a good match. I liked it. I always like seeing SCU. Christopher Daniels, Frank Kazarian, Scorpion Sky. Really good. I like him. And the Strong Hearts, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, the OVW or OVE, OWE guys, the guys from China.
China, yeah. Those guys were really good too. It was a good match.
Yeah, that T-Hawk guy. I really liked what that T-Hawk guy put down. But yeah, I thought that was a great, solid start of the show.
We have,
What else was after that? There was a couple women's matches, right? It was
Yeah.
the Nyla Rose,
South-
Britt Baker, Kylie Ray, and something Kong. What's her name?
Awesome Kong.
Aja
Awesome
Kong?
Kong?
Awesome Kong?
Yeah, Awesome Kong.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere. I didn't expect that to come out.
Yeah, I did not expect that either. I thought that was pretty dope.
I thought, because, Brandy
I thought
came...
Brandy was gonna be in it.
Yeah, because Brandy comes out with her gear on, and I was like, oh, she's going to put herself into the match. And then she's like, I forget what she said. She said that about Awesome, and it was like, is it Awesome Kong going to come out? And she does. I was like, oh, shit, she's here.
I thought she was talking about the Miz.
That's what I thought about too. That was the first thing that came to my mind when I saw it. I was like, The Miz? I'm like, what? What the fuck? And then it was Awesome Kong, and I was like, oh.
And then the match pretty much became Britt versus Kylie, because Awesome Kong and Nyla Rose kind of took each other outside the ring, so.
Nyla Rose put on some great spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really impressed by her. I don't really know her too well, but I was really impressed.
Well, you're going to know her now.
Yeah, I do now.
But yeah.
That super kick that Britt Baker put on a Kylie Ray
Ooh, and then she does the
was
Ushikuroshi.
yeah.
Old. She also does the old Cole finisher too. Yeah, it was good. It was pretty good.
The last shot.
Yeah, it's kind of like it. I think it was something. I think he did something different when he was in the Indies.
The trigger.
But yeah, that was a good match. And then we have the best friends, Chuck Taylor and
Versus
Trent Beretta versus Angelico and Jack Evans.
There's a lot of good spots in this match.
Yeah, I didn't really know.
But
too
that's all
much
that I would say about it.
of the best friends, so I wasn't really into it.
Just Chucky T.
Yeah. So, oh fuck.
And they set up they've set up a lot of the stories with all this through BTE.
I guess I didn't pay attention too much when that happens.
Yeah, during BTE they set up a lot of this stuff because they were like, the best friends were supposed to be in the casino battle royale,
yeah.
and they like then they convinced them to be in the
I mean,
the main show.
yeah. What was it like? They like, oh, we want to be the main show, and they gave it to them, but it's just them in the main show, nothing, no match. And they're like, oh,
Yeah.
we want to clarify, we want a match, a tag team match in the main show. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, they had
Yeah,
that
I thought
match.
it was too.
It was pretty good, yeah. But then we have that 6 women tag team match. Which,
I mean,
yeah, I didn't know these women.
I didn't know any of them.
Yeah, I don't know them too well. So I didn't have too much of attachment to this match. It was pretty good. I just wasn't invested in it, I guess, because I wasn't familiar.
Yeah, I
with
wasn't super invested in it.
them. I only
This
knew.
was like a me on Twitter match.
Yeah, I only knew what's her face, Shida Hikaru Shida. I only know her.
Well, that's the one that AEW signed.
Yeah, I think that's why I know her, because I looked up her matches to see what was up with her. But yeah, she was like the only one I kind of knew. But other than that, I didn't know any of them. But then, yeah, it was alright. Good match. Nothing to go home and telling your mama about. But
Yeah, your
Somebody
mama.
call my mama.
but then
Somebody call my mama.
after that,
Somebody call my mama.
this is where the real shit starts. We have Cody
hell
Rhodes versus Dustin. I mean Cody, sorry,
gosh, this
Cody. I
match.
can't say Rhodes.
Cody.
Cody versus Dustin. My guy, this match.
game. This match.
Holy moly.
Oh.
We got good wrestling going on. We got fucking Dustin busting open, like gushing out blood. I was like, holy shit. He's really covering out the ring with blood.
Yeah.
Brandy doing her Brandy things, interfering, getting kicked out. Then DDP taking her out.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. God, this match was really good.
Dude, the game was that match was so good. Keep going the game.
What did y'all think about Cody's entrance?
When he took out Triple H's throne.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, good, bad, smart, not
Ooh.
smart.
Well, it goes with the whole facade he's trying to go with, that he's killing the Attitude Era. That's like what the whole story of the match was. So it made sense. Triple H is like super iconic for the Attitude Era, So I mean, if that's what he's trying to go for, but if he's going for like we're here to take down WWE, like that's a little too much. And we've seen in all of the other like promos and all the other things that they say, they're like, we're not trying to take down WWE, we're trying to like give good competition.
So like Moxley in his post interview was like, we're going to war. So like, I don't know. I think so far like I'm getting like it just depends. But at the same time, the thing that's bothering me is like they're giving me mixed signals. Like one time at one moment, I'm hearing somebody say, "That's not our intention. That's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to make the industry as a whole better and to do it in a different way here." And then the next minute, they're on the All Elite YouTube or whatever, trashing Triple H, trashing Vince. Which I mean, they have every right to, and they're actually most of the time right. But it's just the message as a whole of what AEW is it's not annoying me, but I'm just like, stick with one direction. Are you gonna be not hostile towards them, or are you trying to be? You know.
I mean, it's just I saw it as like give a little bit of a poking the bear a bit, saying oh we're here, we're not here to fuck up like these other promotions, and by doing that we're gonna fucking just destroy on you for a bit, and then once the real shit starts, we'll be professional about it. Because they haven't had their weekly show yet, so.
Yeah. But the fact that they have so much hype train on them right now, Double or Nothing was a great pay-per-view, right?
Yeah.
They're like, I would say it's a great pay-per-view. Like, they have all this steam going. Like, they've got a TNT show that's going to be in prime time. Like, they've got 2 other pay-per-views coming up in the next 3 months. Like, they're pretty successful. They like are selling out. They're gonna sell out both those shows. So I'm just saying like AEW is like, yeah, like you said, Ant-Man, like they're kind of mixed signaling it, but like they're starting with good stuff. Like their first pay-per-view that they did was like knock your socks off good.
Also, people, I remember people were saying, "Oh, AEW after the show." I can get to toward the end, but I'll say it now. AEW's gonna be the best now after this show, this and that. But I think he kind of talked about it. They haven't had the weekly show yet, so we don't know what they can do weekly. We know what they can do at a main pay-per-view, but this is a main pay-per-view, and the weekly show doesn't happen until like months way after. Like so long is away from that.
Yeah, because you got talent, you got producers, you got executives that have never done live before.
Yeah.
They got. I mean, of course, they got like Jericho and Dean and
not only live but weekly.
Yeah, they've done like the live and weekly stuff before, but you got a lot of talent like Kenny, who has never done it before. So it's gonna be interesting. I think like my only issue, like when they do take the shots at WWE, is that they're not established yet. You had one good pay-per-view. I think if you are gonna take the shots, then you should go full force, which is what they're somewhat doing. But don't turn around and say, no, that's not what we're trying to do. If you're like, I don't mind if Cody and Dean do the destroying Triple H's chair and having backstage promos of them going to war with WWE. I don't mind to do that. Just don't turn around and say, I have nothing but respect for them, and they gave me my shot, and I'm grateful for that. Like, that's where I'm getting the mixed signals on. Like, okay, what are you trying to build this to be? Like, are you trying to build it to be a friendly competition, or are you like, wanting to go to war? Like, I get it if they're just like, we don't want no beef with WWE, but the way that we run things, we hope that they eventually see the way that we run things is better, so eventually they start to run it better because they see us as a competition that does it better than they do. So if they're doing it as we're doing this to change the industry, and hopefully the big giant industry learns from us to change and be better. Cool. If you're gonna go that route, cool. Just don't be like but at the same time, we're gonna go to war with it because we can't stand it anymore. You know, I don't know. All we take.
We'll just have to wait until the weekly show.
Let's
See what they're.
wait and see.
Yeah. But after that, we have the Young
Yeah, the
Bucks.
Dustin and Cody match was so great, though.
Yeah. Oh, before I go
So-
before I go on, Cody wins, this and that. You see Dustin, untying his boots, like he's gonna retire there. Cody tells him to hold on. You're not gonna retire here.
You don't. Yeah.
You don't get to retire here, and this and that. He's like, when we made this company, I put myself down for a tag team match against the Young Bucks at which I don't know what show was it.
Fight for the Fallen.
Oh, Fight for One, yeah. And he put down himself and a mystery partner, or he didn't know what partner to put down. Man, this promo got me, but he's like, I don't need a partner. People are booing. I don't need a friend. People are booing that too. And he's like, I need my older brother. And I was like, God damn, this got me. It was so touching. They all hug it out, he's still bloodied up too.
Oh yeah, like blood. His blood's all over Cody's hair. His
Yeah.
blood's all over Cody's body.
Even after the show, it was over. He was still all bloody up. But man, yeah, that was a really touching.
The feels, Kevin. The
great match.
feels.
The brothers, they're back. I'm sorry for them.
Can we get Stardust back?
I don't think he
No,
wants to do that
that's a
again.
that's a WWE property.
Yeah,
Golden Dust is a WWE property too.
but yeah, that was that match. Touching moment. Loved it. And then we go to like the most crazy match in the card, I think. And that's the Young Bucks versus the
Lucha
Lucha
Bros?
Brothers. Yeah. Matt Jackson. Nick
They pulled out.
Jackson versus
They
Pentagon.
pulled out everything.
Dude, this match was crazy.
This match was wild. This match was wild.
I was like, at that point, I was like, I don't know who's gonna win. I'm like, I thought Lucha Bros was gonna win, but then I'm like, oh, I think Young Bucks gotta retain it, and I'm like, I don't know. This match was going crazy. Got really good spots coming out here and there, left and right. Holy moly! I couldn't even name them all. There was so many crazy stuff going on. And I think they said that. I think it was on a PTE that they said. I think Matt said it or Nick said it that they planned that out last minute, the whole match. Because they're also running the show.
Wow.
So they're all busy doing that too. So they kind of like planned it last minute on what the spots were going to be in this and that. But man, crazy. I don't know. What do you guys think?
There was one spot. I can't remember who did it. It might have been, what's his name? I think it's Pentagon, right?
What?
Or I think it's somebody else.
Ray Phoenix is the one that kind of looks like he has the Kalisto mask, and the Pentagon.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was. He had one of the bucks in the corner. The other one was on the ropes,
Oh.
and he does like a kick to him while he's on the corner, and then he turns it from like doing a handspring into like a Hurricane Rana from the other buck that's on the ropes. That spot was wild. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
There was so many spots and callbacks to other like tag teams that they've like wrestled against too. Like you saw, they pulled out an El Generico move.
Yeah.
Where like they like dropped that guy, the brainbuster on the top turnbuckle. Wasn't that's the El Generico move. Like they did a hell of a kick too, didn't they? I don't remember which one it was.
I think
Maybe that was in
so.
a different match,
I
but
don't remember.
but they did something too they did a Kevin Steen move too. I don't remember exactly what they did, but it was a cannonball. One of them did a cannonball. But like they were shouting, they shouted out a bunch of other ones. They did. What was the one? They had a Ring of Honor feud with somebody, and they did their finisher. That's the one where they have them stacked up. They do like electric chair type thing, and one of them jumped off the top. Oh, I don't remember. But like they were like pulling out all the different things. And like it was super fun because like they even like Pentagon or Pentabombed or whatever they called Pentadriver or whatever to Pentagon at one point. They're kicking out of everything.
That was like like you could see like one of those old WWE producers watching this match, and it's just like spot monkeys everywhere.
Well, you mean Jim Cornette?
Yeah.
Give me a cheeseburger, double cheese, fucking spot monkey.
But yeah, that match was great. I think the Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros is something, and I hope and pray that. And I don't think I've seen this like completely written, but are Lucha Bros on AEW like full time?
I don't think so.
I think
But like
Pentagon
since
is, right?
I don't remember.
They have so many gigs across the whole world. They are not tied down to anything.
But like the fact that the Young Bucks retained the AAA titles means that they're going to continue. They're going to continue with that.
Or
right?
Meg said they are contracted by AEW.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that too. I thought they weren't.
But yeah, that match was great.
But yeah, that was a really crazy match. Hey man, anything else to say before we move on to the main event of the show?
Nope. In all honesty, I think that was my match of the night. I think the main event was not my match of the night, but it was really good.
So the next match, main event, Alpha versus Omega 2. Chris Jericho versus Kenny Omega. This match was terrible.
Ooh-wee.
I'm joking. No, I like this match too. It was really good. It was hard to top the last two matches though, because after so much had happened, I was like, God damn, how can they top this? And they got there, but man, this match was.
It made it. The match was really good, but I think what topped it was the Moxley reveal. Like that's just the way to that's just the way to like end the show. That like put the icing on the cake, you know. Like the match of itself, like Kenny versus Jericho was really good. They did some really great stuff, and I thought they told a really decent story during the match, and like they did unique things. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of Jericho's new finisher, the Judas Effect, but
that like spinning elbow hit.
The spinning back elbow.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of the John Cena thing.
That the forearm, the punch thing, or forearm thing he got from being in China, or whatever.
Something of Doom. No, that's the 5 moves of Doom.
I don't remember.
Tiger punch or something. Oh, I don't remember. But yeah, that's what it kind of seemed like. I'm like, okay, like he's got a new finisher, the Judas Effect. It's literally just a back elbow, spinning back elbow. Okay, but I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah, not the greatest finisher.
He did the Cobra though too. He didn't go for the cover though.
He did.
Yeah, he didn't go for the cover though, which is interesting. He went for the cover when he did the Judas Effect.
The lightning punch.
Lightning punch. That was what Johnson.
Falco punch.
But so the Judas Effect, I thought was an interesting choice. I want to see if they ever use the Walls of Jericho as his finisher anymore. because he got Kenny into it a few times, and I felt the crowd, like you could feel the crowd's like huge tension when they get into it of like,
Yeah.
is he gonna tap? Is he not gonna tap? But like
Kenny Omega.
they were alluding the whole match that he had a new finisher. So we were like, oh, as soon as they say a named move, that's not normal. That's
Wait.
the one he's gonna win by or whatever.
He did a promo about it, saying, I think it was a BT. I don't know what it was. He announced that he had a new finishing move called Judas Effect. He just didn't know what it was. So once he hit that back elbow and Jim Ross said Judas Effect, I was like, oh, that's the Judas Effect. I didn't see that coming.
That's the Judas Effect.
But yeah,
But
he also Kenny Omega got a broken nose from that too. So, and
from the Judas Effect,
I don't know if it was from Judas.
Thanks a
Effect.
lot, Jericho.
I think it was from something else, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he never did the one wing angel his finishing move. That's something that
Kenny never did. No.
No, because if he would done, he would have won. Because no one has kicked out of that yet. So he saved that, and then
The V trigger.
he did a V trigger, this and that. He did and then Chris Jericho won by
Those
the
V
Judas
triggers,
Effect.
those V triggers are so good too.
I like those. Yeah, they're nice. I like that move. It's really nice. And then he won. Chris Jericho won the Judas Effect, and then he cuts a promo after the match, telling the people,
Shut your mouth. Shut your
Yeah.
mouth right now.
why they should be thanking him, this and that, and then you hear the crowd going crazy. And I was like, "What's going on?" And the camera pointing at
Cut.
yeah, they cut to John Moxley, and then you see him in the crowd. I was like, "Oh shit, he's here!" I was like, "Oh fuck!" Coming through the crowd and gets in the ring, Dirty Deeds, fucking Chris Jericho, and he's gonna do it to Kenny Omega, and then Kenny Omega kind of like runs away, escapes, but he didn't. He kind of throws him towards the stage up to the poker chips, and does the Dirty D's on there too, and then he throws him off the poker chips to like the platform below, and then that's how the show ends. And then they announced John Moxley has a contract with the AEW after that. I was like, oh shit, shit's getting real now. Crazy. That was a crazy fucking pay-per-view there.
Yeah, Double or Nothing was great. I loved it, and then we just all the rants that we just talked about with WWE, with SmackDown and Raw just ended up being confirmed around the week when talk is Jericho, baby. Talk is Jericho, baby.
What's everybody?
God.
Chris Jericho here.
Omega, good timing.
Oh my God, is that?
What up?
that Chris
Tell
Jericho?
us real quick what you thought about that one.
No, dude, I wish. Dude, I loved it, man. It wasn't the first string that's gonna get WWE pulled down, but
It's
no,
a
it's
start.
something. But what's the fucking start?
It's a start.
Ring of Honor?
What did you think? You saw the last 3 matches, right?
Or Mannequin? Yeah, I seen the Lucha Bros Young Bucks match. That was fucking crazy. I seen Cody and the Natural Dustin Rhodes. Then I seen Jericho Omega 2 or 2.5.
What was your favorite match?
I don't know, man. Probably Jericho Omega. Like those two really are the best wrestlers in the world, and every time they go at it, they show us.
They show us. Here first. Come from Omega. Giving us that New Japan report, and now telling us Jericho and Omega are the best.
Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Talk is Jericho, baby.
Talk
Kicking me, just
is
fucking
Omega.
kick me.
What?
Just do it. Just do it.
I can't do it yet. Can't do it because I want to ask you one thing. You think AEW got a chance?
Of course, man. Everyone has a chance. Like WWE they're set on a children's TV show at this point. With the Brock Box and Just Seth Rollins winning everything.
The
Um,
Brock box.
AEW's for like fans that want storylines and
Actual
long-term
wrestling.
booking. Yeah, actual wrestling. And then I don't know, Raw was nothing but skits. I didn't even watch SmackDown.
You need
Like
to.
all the R-Truth stuff is on YouTube.
That's all you need to watch.
Yeah, I don't
Absolutely.
know. They have literally the best fucking wrestlers under contract, but they don't do anything with them. Like Andrade and AJ and Finn Balor, they're just
Ricochet.
I haven't watched them or haven't watched it, but I don't know. It's not worth watching anymore.
It's getting there.
It is not. Like it's gotten to the point now where you can't justify watching 5 hours of WWE for 2 days straight. You can't justify it anymore. There's no rhyme or reason to tune in every single week live.
Just, agony,
But you can watch.
dying of it.
but-
Just for that. Bleeding from my eyes.
But you for sure can tune in once a week to the Botch Finish podcast and watch 2.5 to 3 hours of us podcasting and talking about how much we hated it.
This might be 3 hours.
Better use of your time. I will say that.
Yeah, we go over all the stuff,
Uh,
all the matches and stuff. So
yeah,
That's right, brother.
2.5.
Well,
2.5.
2.5.
Let's go to 3 hours.
All right.
But
Nah,
thanks,
let's get-
Omega.
let's wrap. Let's.
All right.
Thank you. You want me to
Super
kick you?
kick me. Super kick party. Come on. Do it.
Super kick party.
There he goes. I kicked him. He's out of there.
You don't want to go to the Brock party?
No. Not Brock.
The Uso block party. Get out of here. All
any,
right.
any last things before we wrap up?
I mean, just the Dean Ambrose interview
Yes.
with Talk
John
is
Moxley.
Jericho. I mean John Moxley,
Great.
but it just
Great.
it just confirms everything that we talked about earlier. Really,
Confirms
Like,
everything
from his perspective.
that Dave Meltzer has said.
It is a very great listen if you're a wrestling fan and you haven't listened to it. Listen to it now. It is really, really good. Basically,
Yeah, look up.
a smaller, I'd say nicer version of the CM Punk podcast.
Yeah, I would say just look up Talk is Jericho on your podcast service and look for The Emancipation of John Moxley. That's the interview you're looking for.
Proclamation.
Yeah, there you go, man. It was great. The first part, he's like, "Oh man, I love WWE. I loved all the places I worked there." And he goes, "Yes, now that got out of the way, I'm gonna bury the hell out of him."
Yeah.
And he just goes in, and I was like, "Oh, that's so great. This is so funny and so good."
In a way, they kind of
And-
did the same to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he talked all about those things. It made me laugh when they talked about when he talked about all these promos that he and Vince just butted heads on.
That was the most kind of like mind-boggling thing is all the stuff he was talking about that like he knew was dog shit and just didn't want to do. I just felt like that was literally us every single week. Was just like, what the hell are they doing? I don't know. Like, whose idea is this? And he's really going out there and doing it, but at the same
and
time,
then-
he's like agreeing with us.
Yeah, and then he saw the backlash that happened at that TLC pay-per-view when him and Seth were the main event, or like one of the
there.
main events or whatever, and like people booed the hell out of that match.
I was one of those people.
Like booed the hell out of it because it was a horrible build and a horrible storytelling, and like they did nothing in the match.
Actually, I didn't booed. I was just staying quiet.
I was just saying quiet.
I felt bad. I was like, this could have been better. And it wasn't. But yeah.
But yeah, that was the kind of the talk that was happening, and it made me confirm everything that my fears were of creative and how WWE works, which is Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Oh, yeah, that was it. That's the show. Before I go, I'm gonna say one more thing. You guys, people were saying Dave Meltzer was wrong, saying he's making all this stuff up about Vince. doing the last minute changes and making it up. Fuck you guys. Have I hear one more person talk shit about Meltzer? Because I don't hear anyone talking shit about the dirt sheet or anything like that. They get stuff wrong all the time too. Huh?
The dirt sheets over there at Collider.
I'm calling everyone out. Everyone.
Fuck
all
Dave Meltzer.
All the reports. Who is it? Fucking. You got a Bleacher Report, terrible. Dave Meltzer, terrible. You got
Justin LeBar, terrible.
Terrible.
Ryan Satin, terrible.
Wade Keller, terrible.
Terrible. That guy that does the sports cast on ESPN, terrible. They're all terrible. I'll tell you that now. And that was the Botched Finish podcast. Each and every week, we got around this Xbox Live party and talk about wrestling. If you want to follow us, watch us on YouTube at bit.ly/botchedfinishyt. You can also follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/botchedfinish. No ED at the end of botch. And maybe we'll see what we do on Saturday. And we might do a stream watch along with at twitch.tv/botchedfinish. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see who's up to it.
Watch out for the Twitter.
Yeah, just watch out for the Twitter. I'll try to update. I'll add the account to my phone so that way I can update it. Don't worry, I'll do it tonight. I'll update it tonight. I'll put the account on my phone.
Terrible.
So I can tweet from there. Because I'm doing all the work here. I don't get any things.
Hey, I give you the ideas, I just don't execute them.
Give you a no thanks, just like Chris Jericho.
So if you guys need a host out there, anyone, maybe edit a podcast, you know who to call.
You're so stupid.
Handle Twitters, YouTube channels, Twitch channels, you know. I'm out there, Kevin_Ace X at Twitter, you know. But anyone else wants to plug anything? Tegato, where can they find you?
You can find me on Xbox Live at Takeover61, as well as on Twitter, and I don't post very much. Takeover61.
Payback.
Killer Payback on pretty much everything. Also terrible.
Terrible. Ant-Man.
Ant-Man 0208 on Xbox, PlayStation, Twitter. That's about it.
Fuck Dave Meltzer.
You know, fuck everyone. You got it right. You got it right. He got it right. You guys were like, oh, he's making it up. What was that? Ant-Man.
Vince McMahon should retire.
That's it. And you guys, we botched it.
Always.
Terrible.
Hiya.